It's a podcast from Steam Powered Giraffe. It's the Bennettarium. We got special guest Gabi and Aleigha on the Bennettarium. Oh, there's not much more time until Trump is in the White House. That's as political as we'll get here on the podcast. But welcome to this very special December 26th, episode 11 of the Bennettarium podcast.
Yep.
My name is David Michael Bennett, and I play the Spine in Steam Powered Giraffe. And our usual host, Bunny Bennett, is spending some quality holiday time with my parents, because also happen to be her parents as well. And I did that yesterday, but just, scheduling didn't work out well. But we still wanted to do a podcast this week, and we said we would do it Monday. So luckily, we had some friends of the show and people who have worked with us. You've done art for us, and you've driven us to the airport before, and done the podcast before. This is you. Is it good? You introduce yourselves.
Okay.
Hi.
You go first.
I'm Aleigha. I've been here before. I do science.
Science and piercing.
Oh yeah, that's you. I got a job now. Woo!
I need a new one.
See, come on the Bennettarium podcast, get a job. I'm just kidding. That's not how it worked out.
They saw it and they were like, "We need this."
And
I'm Gabi Gonzalez, the real Gigi. That's right.
oh, Gigi.
Yeah.
For the fans of the show.
For the fans who actually know Steam Powered Giraffe, which I hope most
The
of the
puppet.
people. The puppet. Yeah.
Well, I'm sure maybe there's a few people who don't care about the
live show.
or the robots. This podcast is just their jam. But no,
Okay.
I'm pretty sure this podcast is for Steam Powered Giraffe fans.
So you played Gigi, or are you just playing a
No, I'm the
payment?
real Gigi.
Because
Because
they're-
there's the
Because
okay.
their initials.
Yeah.
Okay, yes, I see.
Stan Lee would love me.
However, you did do the little childlike crayon art.
I did the Gigi animatic.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then you edited it.
Yeah.
Edited it.
You emulated a child drawing in crayon very well. So if you want to see some of Gabi's work, you can
Watch the Gigi music video.
Yeah, it has that. There's that. Although to be fair, that's like you emulated a child well, but you're a better artist than just crayon drawings.
Well, yeah, and I also did the anime art.
The
and
anime art
album.
from MK3.
Yeah.
And you do a lot of the coloring for the
comic book.
Steam Powered Giraffe comic.
And I've done a couple things.
Panels
I
in there, You put like
the astronaut helmet.
the astronaut. Yeah, you've done
I
quite a few
painted
things
that.
over the
I'm
years.
like if nobody else knows how to do it person, come to me.
Yeah. So we hire people. We hire people.
Yeah.
I don't know where that was going
We go
or how it
outside of the
ended.
band sometimes.
Go out. Yeah.
But actually, you filled in to be a Walter worker.
I have.
For one
I've
show.
done like a lot of things.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of the real backbone. Let's be honest. I mean, my hair is actually blue. Not naturally.
Instead of yeah, Walter workers.
Oh, here we go.
It wasn't at the time though.
Yeah, it was.
Was it? I thought it was
Yeah.
black at the time.
How did the
It's
Walter
black
Workers
and
get
blue.
started? Like, I don't know any of that stuff. Like, was that always from the beginning with you guys?
No, we had like when we started the group, we had girlfriends who would run our merch and stuff. I mean, like most bands, I suppose. But we actually ran it ourselves before that. We quickly realized we need someone to help them merch because we can't sign autographs and sell at the same time because it was getting too much. So we brought up one merch person along, and that turned into two eventually, just because it's hard for one person to have the energy to sustain for a whole weekend. So we started bringing two with us, and we thought, well, they're not doing much when we're doing the show, and they were just waiting there. So, and we said, well, what if we brought you in on stage? Because then it kind of also justifies us bringing you out to events and stuff. Plus, it gives you something to do, and most people were excited for that. I don't remember exactly who it started with, but I want to say it was probably past girlfriends at the time, which was, I believe,
I think it was
Paige and Brianna.
Yeah. I think so.
And that kind of evolved into, when they would go, like Bonnie and Paige broke up, then she didn't want to do it anymore, so we were like, okay, well, we'll
Life
find someone
happens.
else. So, and Carolina came on, and she went back to school and whatnot, and so, we kind of kept it up, and we've kind of made use of the talents. I guess the first batch, it was really only they came in like twice for the live show, but then it turned into like, oh, Carolina can play bass, so she's going to play bass on this one song, and then we got Chelsea and then her sister, and they're both ballet dancers, so naturally like, well, you guys
Might as
should.
well use it.
And that, I mean, it took a few months, but eventually we worked that into the act, and now they've done 2 dances with us, and we're working on more for next year. So that's kind of how it started and where it is now. But yeah, it's definitely helpful too because it breaks up the live act for us, and yeah, and plus they have a purpose outside of the act too, which is helping us, get the luggage and merchandise and all that.
Yeah.
So there are we try to make use of everyone. We don't have anyone in the group who literally just has one role, especially on stage. And we used to, but it was kind of like, ugh. And not that you know what I mean. Well, I mean, because there's only so much you can do with 8 people, right?
Holy crap.
So we chopped it down over the years, and we're like, okay, we don't need backing musicians. I mean, even though they're great, it was kind of a waste because they're only there for a few hours, and yeah, they stick around for autographs and stuff. And sometimes we'll do the panels too, but for the rest of the events, it's like, this is a lot to keep folks here, and 6 people is kind of our max for the live show now. We feel that's the best number. Well, 6 people because Steve is off stage doing sound.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But he does like everything else.
Yeah,
That
I
has to
mean,
do with
so
sound.
basically, it's we culled the act for like if you only had one role, there wasn't much of a reason to keep you around. I mean, just because when you're trying to fly out, it's a lot cheaper to fly out with 6
Here,
people.
kids know how to do more than one thing.
Well, I mean, we're a small act, and we're trying
Well,
to
yeah.
stay afloat. So I think most people understand that.
Yeah.
I don't know if I lit this very well. Anyways, this is a very impromptu. I mean, I literally texted you guys individually, like, "Oh, hey, it's just me for the podcast today." So, no, I think I could have got Chelsea, but it was one of those like, no, I'll find other folks. We all kind of knew that we had a podcast, but
everyone decided to do other things.
I got a
I don't
text
know.
at 10 a.m. going, "You don't have to work today." I'm like, what do I do?
yeah, it was kind of like right after that. I was like, oh, and
I was-
Bunny is doing this dinner thing, and anyways, the holidays. I'm just happy
Yay.
that we were able to keep it going we haven't missed a week yet.
Huzzah!
Not that anyone would be disappointed if we had to, but. So how was your guys' holiday?
I had orphan Christmas.
Because your parents
Because
live in a
I
different state.
didn't spend Christmas with my family this year.
Me too.
Yeah. Family.
Yay!
I did.
Okay, well
No,
I
it was
spent it at a
fine.
cool place called the Nexus, which is
An apartment?
it's a house.
Oh, it's a house now.
Yes, it's my friend's house. We call it the Nexus, and it's where all nerdy things happen. And I got to build a Cerberus reindeer out of gingerbread,
Ooh.
and Death Sleigh, and a burlesque reindeer with boobs.
That sounds a lot funner than mine.
Yeah.
I mean, I had the first place we went was fine. Then my parents' place was fine, but it's a big event driving up to my parents' place. And there was only a little bit of sexism and racism from the step grandmother.
That's what grandma
Not of my
gets
blood,
to.
so I'm like, won't say anything. Only have to be here for like another hour, so. And then I'm going home.
Yeah.
I did complain on the car ride home, but at a certain point, it's like, I'm not gonna. Who would I be complaining
Yeah.
to?
Yeah, no, we only argued about nerdy things.
Yeah, that's what I. But anyways,
The new Alien trailer.
Ooh.
That's what we all
I didn't see it yet.
discussed.
What about you? What did you do?
I stayed home in my apartment. I ate Hickory Farm summer sausage.
In winter.
Well, see, I figured they package it in summer, so that's why it's called summer sausage.
Was that?
I have no idea. I just
You
made that
had a
up.
little bit of summer in your winter. It's winter.
Swinter sausage. Ooh. Anyways, no, I went for a walk when I called my family.
I'm not gonna. Who would I be complaining? I'm just making sure that the string's working.
And then I went to a party where I was the only one that showed up to my friend's house.
So a party.
So it was pretty much
people?
just me watching football, and I don't sport. So
I don't sport either.
I
I know what a sport is.
I just sat there like,
I like jousting.
I mean, okay.
I like hockey, but I mean, Okay, I guess like that's the horrible semantics of sports of it's one of those things. I think, because I had a boyfriend that was in hockey, and it takes effort because just trying to move, you're ice skating. You're not running. You don't have shoes.
You're running on weaponry.
Yeah. And
Yeah,
and I mean,
good way to put it.
I think that takes talent to begin with of just trying to ice skate, let alone trying to, you know, figure stuff out of, oh, hey, we need to move this puck from point A to point B. And then there's people like fist fighting on ice skates? Really? Like how, and like the only time they stop them is when they fall down. But if you're standing on ice skates and you're throwing punches and you're like pulling a shirt over and you're punching them, totally fine.
Wow.
As long as you fall down, that's when they have to stop you. So I'm just like, that takes a lot of effort. So that's the only reason why I think hockey's neat is just because, you know, everything happens on ice skates.
Oh, I was like, okay, where's this going? Where are we?
But I mean...
Yes, that's why you think it's neat.
Nah.
I can't say I watch any sports.
No, I don't either. Unless I'm at the Ren Fair.
I don't even like gaming sports. Like, I'm not a competitive person at all.
Well, yeah, that takes too much effort.
Yeah, but I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. No.
Like, I'll play
Sports
a
for
fighting
me.
game with a friend, but not against, like, a stranger. Because with a friend, you can actually punch them if they're a jerk.
I don't even like that. No competition for me. I'll do cooperative.
Co-op.
Where's the cooperative sports?
I like yelling.
There's nothing.
Does that count? Is that a sport?
And we yell together.
It should be.
I mean, there's probably a sport for everything.
Is there? I don't think so.
Steve introduced me to this anime that I thought was very bizarre and hilarious where you have to fight each other with your boobs and your butt.
Keijo, hit whip girl.
Okay, cool. I don't feel so weird.
Okay, well, at least some people know what the anime is.
I think most people know what that anime is because it's really popular now.
I don't.
Yeah.
Well, you don't watch anime.
No.
There's also Yuri on Ice, which is an ice skating
I mean, I
game.
have watched anime.
That one's really good.
So when are we watching this?
Not now!
You can hang out after the show. You can hang out after the show.
Yay!
Yeah, there's not much else other than the holidays happening, right? Nothing else in your lives?
I mean, I have a really cool trade show coming up.
Oh.
Go
The
on.
International Makeup Artist Trade Show.
Oh, you're also a makeup artist.
Does my voice sound exciting when I do that?
I don't know.
I don't know. We'll find out.
I think it's more of a...
But it's basically like a convention, but people that aren't makeup artists can't get in. So you have to be a professional to get in there. So it's pretty cool. And I'm doing a big live demo for it. And
When is it?
middle of January.
Oh.
And I'm doing prosthetics for it, which is pretty
Ooh.
cool. And I'm supposed to be talking to Makeup Artist Magazine about it, I think. So
Cool.
that should
Get
be
your name out
interesting.
there.
I saw your thing on Instagram. I really liked I don't know what you're making, but it just reminds me of Abe Sapien.
That's for makeup. That's for internet. That's for IMATS.
Oh, okay.
Is that different?
IMATS is the International Makeup Artist Trade Show.
Oh, okay.
So it's
Same
the
thing.
IMATS. And before that, I did Wolfman makeup for Rick Baker, which is pretty awesome because if you know who Rick Baker is, he's kind of the coolest makeup artist ever in the world, ever. Gremlins 2, American Werewolf in London, Planet of the Apes,
Which Planet of the
Michael
Apes?
Jackson thrillers, the Tim Burton Planet of the Apes.
Ah.
Yeah.
And you should follow Gabi on Instagram. I guess I can post after on the Bennettarium.
Yeah.
I guess unless your username is easy to...
That's beastly
It's-
makeup, right?
Yeah, just beastly makeup.
Is that B-E-S-T-L?
B-A. You know how you spell
See?
beast?
See? That's the way to spell it out. No, I'll post it on...
Okay, we'll post
I'll
it
post
later.
it also on later. Yeah, beastly makeup though. Yeah.
Yeah, beastly makeup.
Look at at the Bennettarium Twitter. We'll put everyone's
info.
Twitter, Instagram,
Yeah.
both. I don't know.
See.
Cool. And the last time we talked to you was about sciencey things.
Yes.
In biology, and
We didn't
Talking
get too
about-
much into the piercings as
No,
much.
we didn't.
No.
But you said you didn't have a job well, no, you had a job, but you're looking for more job.
More job. I want all job. If I can have all job, not half job. Yeah. No, am I allowed to put shameless plugs on here or no?
No, yeah, just plug away.
Oh, okay.
Plug
cool.
away to
I
the
plug.
6 people watching.
No, I finally got a job piercing. I'm at Body Marks Tattoo and Piercing. It's on El Cajon Boulevard. What is it? 3066, I believe, on El Cajon.
They got an Instagram too, right? And a Twitter.
I don't know. I don't follow it.
Yeah.
So yeah, look them up on Instagram, Twitter. No.
But no, I'm there if you want piercing or piercing information.
Is it in would that be considered La Mesa, San
North
Diego?
Park.
North Park?
Yeah.
So body marks in North Park.
Yeah.
If you want to go get a piercing or a
Maybe
tattoo,
I'll stop by.
do you need more?
I do.
Well,
I always need more.
I moved
like
all
being-
my jewelry there, so it's no longer in the trunk of my car. I just used to carry it everywhere because it's like I was waiting for somebody to go, hey, this is a great idea. But most people were drunk, and I don't want to do that because that's a bad idea.
Yeah.
I remember we talked about the hygienics of piercing last time.
Yeah, weird. You just got to use soap and water. It's so bizarre how people can't figure that out.
That's all I use.
I know. It's just
People are gross.
people are dumb.
That too.
I love it when they call and they're like, "How much for a tattoo?" I'm like, "Well,
What kind?
I don't know. How much for a car?"
What kind of car?
So, I had
Is that what
somebody.
you say? Do you say that? No, this is your inner dialogue.
Well, it depends on the day. I've snapped at people before. I don't know if I'm allowed to tell this story on here, but I'll definitely.
Is it? Oh no, I was like, is that your jacket that's white? No, it's
No.
fine. I thought the light was in the shot. I'm just tired.
No,
That is my
that's your-
jacket.
that's
Your
that's
jacket.
your
Okay,
jacket.
do you want me to move it?
No,
I can fix
no,
it.
it's
It's better.
I was just confused. No one can see the video anyways unless you're Engineer-eteers. So this is just for them. No, it's fine.
Yeah.
What was I talking about? Oh, things I want to say to people.
Yes.
Yeah. No, there's this one story. It was this girl getting her tongue pierced, and it turned into this whole cacophony of a mess. Like, it was bad. Like, I thought the guy was going to jump over the counter and hit me. Kind of bad.
What?
Yeah. But because I said a few choice words.
Was this like years ago?
Yeah, when I owned my own shop. Again, I don't know what I'm allowed to say. I mean, it's PG-13.
The language is the only thing I think I care
Yeah.
about. So if you
He
can.
said bleep 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 bleep.
Yeah, I pretty much said, well, because they argued through their entire appointment.
At each other or at you?
Well, what it was, this girl, she was turning 21, and you don't want to drink booze when you get your tongue pierced. It induces swelling, it hurts, it's not good. It's a vasodilator, it's going to cause excess blood. It's not worth it. Don't get your tongue pierced and then go drinking. It's not worth it. Or any oral piercing, any of it, none. And she was like, oh, well, I want to go out and drink this weekend. And it's like Saturday, and she's like, I'm turning 21. And I'm like, nobody should be denied, getting smashed on their 21st birthday. It's the American way. So I was like, come back Tuesday when we're open after you're done drinking. The majority of the booze should hopefully be out by then. Not a problem. She's like, okay. Boyfriend wasn't happy about that.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because he made a comment of, we almost got into a confrontation about this while eating dinner, and I'm just like, is it that big of a deal? And I didn't think it was, whatever, whatever. But I'm just like, all right, well. And then she said, well, it's up to you, speaking to the boyfriend. And I'm just like, not really, because if you want to go out drinking, go out drinking. Don't get pierced, then go out drinking. And it just got into this huge argument. Like I said, they were just going back and forth. Well, I think you should get it done. I don't think it's a good idea. And I'm like, dude, it's a safety and health concern. It's not me trying to be. It's not me going, I don't want your money. You guys are dicks. I'm done with you. It's not that at all. That wasn't the thing. And we were closed. I took off my gloves. I started cleaning up, and they're still arguing. It's going to happen at this point. And I'm just like, dude, I'm turning off the lights. I'm like, I'm done. I'm closed. I'm going home. I don't know about you guys. And they're still arguing, and I'm trying to explain this to the dude of, it's not going to happen anymore. We're closed now. I want to go home. And then he's ignoring me, just right on the girlfriend. Burr, 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 and I'm just like, dude, it's not going to make a meh feel any better. And then it was like, whoosh, you're not my girlfriend. You're not my, and I'm just like, dude.
Well, it sounds like other people's problems.
Well, it was like, that was the only thing I could figure. And I'm just like, what is your problem? It's done. Just, she's not getting it. We're closed. I'm not resetting up. Just go home. And, my counter girl, she laughed, and the girl was like, kind of thing, and he was pissed. And I don't know.
So, you're still alive, so hopefully. So you got out of that situation.
Well, it's just one of those things. Sometimes I don't care anymore, and I'm not going to be polite. And yeah, so the whole thing of, how much does a car cost? Now, what was another one of somebody was pissed about something, and they're like, I want to speak to your manager. And I'm just like, hang on a sec. Turn around. Hey! And they're just like, what the hell? I'm like, if it'll make you feel better, I'll go back and I'll reprimand myself with a candy bar and a Coke. I think that's like...
I'm a bad manager. Bad employee. I'm going to eat a Snickers now. Maybe that'll make me happier.
But yeah, I mean, there's only so much I can deal with, and that's the thing I love about owning my own business is you can just like proverbial give them the middle finger with a smile. Like that's
Like, I'm not gonna get fired.
no.
Hi.
No. And then like when you're at the top, there's nobody else they can talk to, or if someone else is there, like, no, I agree with her.
Yeah.
People get pissed, and it's funny because they're like, oh, well, it's like, yep. There's the door.
Yeah.
This is why I can't work in customer service.
But see, that's why I just like, yeah. I had to work at Tuesday mornings for a little bit, and it's like gritting your teeth, smiling, and you're just like, I'm going to kill everyone here.
Oh, yeah.
What's Tuesday mornings? Is that like a...
It's like a rich people discount store.
Yeah, it's like a Ross or a TJ
Oh, rich.
Maxx.
So, okay, so
like they get stuff
their
from other
Chanel
stores.
is stitched a little poorly.
Or it's like returns.
Or more like, oh, we got this Chanel, but it's out of season. Where are we gonna send it to?
Yeah.
It's like an outlet
Okay.
store.
I mean, it's still
Like
kind
Ross,
of
okay.
expensive, but I mean, it's not like, it's like $40 for a purse instead of $200.
Yeah.
And I mean, I'm the kind of person just like, I got pockets. So.
I have an eyeball.
Purse.
That's my bag.
It's-
Yeah.
Oh.
That's why I say that. No, I keep it in my eyeball.
I was just like, tell me about this new technology. All I can think
well,
of
let me
is
just.
all I could think of was the iPhone from Futurama.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, they like install it in your face.
So I'm like, okay, go on.
Let me tell you about how I store things in my eye.
Like, is it a new RF microchip that I don't know about?
Yes.
So, what else is in the future for both of you?
In the future, well, I can't talk about what I'm working on.
Oh, yeah,
now,
okay, never mind.
Technically, but I can say what stuff I have worked on and who we get to work with.
Sure.
I get to work with Disney, which is fun. That's who my company work with, and some other people. We just finished working on which one am I allowed to say? Give me a second to remember what the ad was for. Resident Evil.
The new Resident Evil.
Yeah, I just finished working on that, and we got an article on Variety magazine, which was pretty cool.
Do you know anything about the movie?
Yeah, I worked on it.
That's
Are
all
you allowed
say?
to say what you did on the movie?
I mean, yeah.
What's the plot on
Or
this
at
one?
least the company? that
I
you work
can't.
for?
I can't say anything about the story or anything like that because that's against the rules. Because I signed paperwork on that.
NDA.
NDAs. But I can say what I do, and I converted it into 3D. So if you go watch it in 3D, you're supporting my company, Legend. Yay! So we're a VFX 3D house, which is pretty
So
cool.
basically that's for parts of movies that weren't shot in 3D with 3D
Yes.
cameras. They
Yeah.
convert them into...
And if something is CG, we still keep it CG. We just build around that work.
So-
So put it into the scene.
Okay, so you didn't do the zombie makeup?
No.
I was gonna
That's,
just be
that's
like-
your other... Oh, that's the other side of her.
Yeah,
of-
you know,
of
I'm
her
a
talents.
two-faced coin. I
Well,
work
a
digital
few, I
and
guess.
practical.
You also are... Yeah, you do a lot.
I do too much sometimes. But I'm slowly swapping over from digital to practical effects. So eventually, hopefully, I won't be doing any digital effects ever again.
Yay!
And only practical. But we'll see how that goes. Because I know some cool people who are working on cool things that I'm not allowed to talk about. But things I am allowed to talk about. If you guys ever heard of Nerdy Nummies?
Go on.
It's a YouTube
No,
channel.
but you're interested.
Well, it's a YouTube channel, and there's this girl, and she makes like nerdy confectionery desserts. And
Oh,
things like
yes,
that.
that's exactly what I had in my head. Good.
Yeah, so she makes like cute, nerdy things. Well, a friend of mine works for this really cool studio, and they made 2 Murloc suits from World of Warcraft.
I don't know what a
Like
Murloc
2 giant
is.
Murlocs, or like
They're like
fishmen.
fish people, and I've
Yeah.
Okay.
definitely seen Bunny. Bunny has like some
Yeah,
plushies
of them. So they brought the 2 Murlocs onto the show, and they like attacked and stole the nerdy nummy food, which is really cute. And I got to go to the studio when they were working on the Murlocs, which is
Oh,
pretty
yeah.
funny. And the suits are huge. Like if it's like a grown man in them.
Are they done like cartoony, or are they done trying to
Yeah,
look
yeah,
realistic?
they're done just like the game.
Oh.
They're really cool.
Do they have textures and stuff?
Yeah,
Or just
yeah, they're really good looking. They're pretty awesome. You can check them out. Actually, they were at BlizzCon giving out pamphlets. So they were like Newsies, but Murlocs. So they had like little caps and little vests, and they were like, "Read the news, we're Murlocs." So it's pretty cute. There's like a
Nice.
green one and a blue one. So yeah.
Never played. I did play World of Warcraft when it first launched, like that first month back in
Eons
2004,
ago.
probably.
Yeah.
And then I bought the game for Bunny
Yeah.
in 2004. I was like, hey, look at this new MMO, because we were playing City of Heroes back
I
then.
love City
Oh,
of, I had
wow.
City of Villains. I was the
I had both
coolest
of them,
villain
yeah.
ever.
But yeah, that's and then World of Warcraft came out like I don't know a few months after, and
I played the Final Fantasy MMO.
but I gave up. I was like, I took my night elf to some dwarf city, I think, learned and
Ironforge.
taught the elf like pistols,
Yeah.
and then I walked all the way back, and then I never played again.
I played for too long. Then I stopped.
World of Warcraft?
I did.
I couldn't get into MMOs. I don't know why.
I played up until Cataclysm, which was when the dragon destroyed everything. So, like, he changed the entire world. So it's like deserts were
Was that
oceans.
after or the Blood Elves? I know there was a Blood Elf expansion. That was pretty.
There was a
like,
Panda
That was
expansion.
yeah, Blood Elves were.
I remember watching
That was
Bunny
Burning
play
Crusade,
that.
and then came.
So you played as you were playing then as well?
I played Burning Crusade. I played the Ice one, which I'm brain farting on now. Oh, Wrath of the Lich King. And then after that was
I don't know.
either Cataclysm or Mists of Pandaria. Those
Which
were
is
those.
which is
The
Kung Fu Panda.
Kung Fu Panda.
For
But it was
World of
actually
Warcraft.
pretty good. I went and played it because they like did a thing and you can just someone got it for me. For
Well,
like
Bunny's
$10.
definitely the
WoW person. Yeah, I don't-
So
I like the art.
she's still playing.
I
and
appreciate
whatnot.
Blizzard's art a lot and what they give into the video gaming community.
I like Diablo,
Yeah, Diablo's fun.
but I'll still like Diablo 2 over Diablo 3.
I like
Wow.
Ark.
Dinosaurs.
Dinosaurs.
I've actually never played it except for that one time that we tried
Well,
to play the
yeah.
co-op
Well,
thing
I
and
wasn't
it was terrible.
trying. I was showing you
Yeah,
how
you're showing me
terrible
how.
it is.
Yeah, it's a mess.
I love the concept of utilitarian dinosaurs.
The concept is great. However, the
The
execution.
execution is.
But I don't
weak.
want to. I don't want to get
No,
on
I
my
won't.
soapbox.
No, because I told you about something and then you're just like, all these texts. I'm like, okay. She's like, I follow this. I'm like,
It's okay.
clearly.
I just said that Steve was into it. He put like 500 hours into it or so.
Yeah, I got like 400. I don't do that. I put like 60
hours. I
to
put
80
60
hours.
in, but even then, like I was still putting up with its very crappy engine and optimization and.
I didn't realize that I had put in almost 200 hours into the new Pokemon.
Wow, I've only played it.
Wait, the Sun and Moon?
Yeah.
Has it been out that long to put that much time in? And you're like, shut up. Yeah, I did it.
I mean, it says 176 on my phone.
Wow.
I also leave it on, though.
Wait, Pokemon Go?
No, not Pokemon Go. Pokemon Sun and Moon.
On your phone?
Nintendo 3DS.
No, my 3DS.
I'm so lost.
Pokemon
new
games
Pokemon
are
game.
on
Yeah.
Nintendo 3DS.
Yes.
Yeah.
So what's on your phone? Because you said you saw it on your phone.
Go. Oh, no, I saw it on my DS.
Oh, okay. Because I'm just like, there's a new
Language.
link system that I'm missing out on because I know about the Z-Band thing.
But I did it, and I caught all the Pokemon.
It's called a Z-ring.
I
I'm
won-
just kidding.
I 100%ed the game. I've never done that in a Pokemon game before.
Really?
I haven't either. I've touched it the day it came out, and I'm like, I don't want to.
Well, I got the shiny charm, so now I have a ×4 chance of catching shiny Pokemon.
Did you get all of the Spindas?
No,
All
because
of
I don't
them?
like Spinda.
Well, that's supposed to be like trying to catch two of the same is supposed to be the hardest thing because they're
Everyone has
ones, yeah.
different spots.
yeah. So to get two of the same is hard, and then to get like a shiny that's two of the same is like
Well, Spinda's a dumb useless Pokemon anyways.
Well,
Sorry if you like Spinda.
I don't. I'm just saying.
I like
I
Wailmer.
mean, like anyone in general.
Wailmer and Wailord.
You do. I like Sylveon, because Sylveon's the most fabulous, and
But
I
I-
used to have a shiny one.
I'm not. I was into Pokemon as a kid. Now I'm casually into it.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I might keep playing the Sun and Moon when it comes
The
to
Switch.
onto the Nintendo Switch
I'm
next
definitely
year.
gonna get the Nintendo Switch.
Because they're gonna apparently come out with Pokemon Stars, which is gonna be like
The
just
crystal and
the
emerald
same,
to it.
Yeah, the same game, but like
If there's gonna be a new story added to it, then I will play it.
I think it's gonna be the same thing. They're just gonna
Well,
do
there's
extra stuff.
they always add those little no wait, that's more like Soul Silver and Heart Gold, not.
Well, I guess we'll find out.
We'll find out.
Because they never really did like a cross-platform thing before. Well,
No, they didn't.
no, they did with the
Yeah.
Emerald Sapphire. What is that one? The last one that came out, Ruby something.
Omega Ruby and
Yeah, so that could be. I don't know.
Wait, what did that one do?
Well, it was taking an old game and putting it on a new system.
Oh, yeah.
But this is like they're probably just upgrading the graphics a little.
Yeah, that's
Anyway.
all they're gonna do.
They haven't announced anything. Not till.
Because I know for the Soul Silver and Heart Gold, like they added like a few little nuances to it. Like you really had to know the game though. Like if it was one of those things, I'm just playing through, it's exactly the same. But like you get to meet the Ghost Girl or something like that, and that wasn't.
So
in
they
it.
added some.
Yeah, there's little or not the Ghost Girls, like the 7 maidens of burp derp derp.
I never played that one.
Those are my favorite. The
Yeah.
derpa derps. they're
They're
pretty cool.
well, I mean, yeah, who doesn't love them?
Did anyone get any new games for the holidays?
I did.
Oh, well, you did.
Sorry.
I didn't get any new games.
I didn't get any.
Well, I got a board game.
Ooh, what'd you get?
Well, not really a board game.
Okay.
It's
Is it metaphysical?
it's a game that slaps you in the face. So you put
You could have had anyone give you this experience.
no. It's the pie. It's the okay.
Oh, is that the one that you gotta hit the
Yeah,
buttons and
so-
it goes back and forth and whoever loses, he gets slapped in the face with
Yeah,
whipped cream?
so I was a really big fan of the first pie face game that came out, which is basically like Russian roulette. So you put the thing on the table and you put your face on a chin holder, and you roll a little dial and it lands on a number. That's how many times you have to roll the thing, and the little hand kind of just and you're like, okay, I'm good. Someone else comes in and has to roll the thing. If you're unlucky, it's gonna slap you in the face with whipped cream because you put whipped cream on the hand. But now they came out with a new one.
Oh boy.
Pie face battle. So now there's 2 chin rests, so you have to.
It's less about pies and more about whipped cream, right? They don't actually make you make a pie every time.
No. It's like the whole idea of a cream pie. So you put like a whipped cream on the hand. So there's a little hand,
Now a coconut cream pie.
and it can go one way or the other, and you each have a button. So you have to hit the button faster, and whichever side it gets to first, it'll hit that person in the face. And I played it yesterday, and it was I lost my first game, and we filmed it.
Did
so
you not bring this with you?
I do. It's in the car.
Oh!
Do you have whipped cream?
I don't have whipped cream, but we can play it and you can hit people in the face.
Okay, we'll put tissues on it.
So we can if we can see if who is gonna get slapped in the face. Should I go get it?
I mean, I guess if you want.
Okay, we're gonna.
Wait, hold on. I'm gonna mute you here so you can take that off.
Okay.
And then Aleigha and I will discuss the.
The mechanics is face slapping.
Oh wait, I'll say what I got.
No.
I got a gift.
Yeah,
I got a Steam gift from someone, one of my friends, Steven, who I don't remember the game though. It's about cats. I only had a.
Cats are liquid?
I
Catastrophe?
don't remember.
Ah, what do you do?
I was like, I don't know. I didn't look at it. I just accepted the gift this morning as I was walking out hiking. So I'll have to take a look at what I got. But it's always nice to get a game I've never heard of before. But then I got a bunch of PlayStation cards from. Well, I got 3. I got one from Gabi and some from Chelsea's and yeah, I think I got a gift certificate for a sushi place for like $40 from Camille Penyak and Bunny and I like agreed not to get each other anything because it would save us money. Got my parents like a box of like Omaha steak food.
Ooh,
So it was like
steak.
hamburgers, kielbasa's and stuff like that because they like meat. So it was that was good. It was like a deal, $30 or something, but it came with like it must have been like $100 worth of stuff. It was like a deal they had.
Yeah.
So that was good. That's pretty much it. That's pretty much what my holiday was. I think that's about it. And you said you got some game. I didn't get any. I got one game, and then I got like PlayStation credit. I'm like, well, there's no PS4 games I really want right now, but
Yeah, no, just the Osiris New Dawn.
oh, New Dawn.
Yeah, no, I'm praying. I'm just want it to be like Ark so bad because I love Ark so much. And
Wait, so who got you that game?
So
she's like, I bought it with my
Wait,
own
hold
money.
on. Put that bit on, and then you can and then I'll turn it on after you.
okay.
No, well, what's up with this guy here?
I don't know. I never moved it from the table when I.
Oh, I thought it was here for a reason. Okay.
No.
Oh, I just.
Everyone who's if you're listening to the audio version of this podcast, there is this plastic practice katana sword on the table.
I thought we were going to talk about it.
I really
No,
forgot to
just-
take it off.
It's there.
It needed a home.
It was like, I would say less than $20 in total.
Oh,
And I
okay.
thought, oh, this would be cool to pretend for its day.
Would you like to borrow mine? I have a real one.
No, I don't want to hurt myself.
Well, I pretend that I know exactly what I'm doing because obviously I'm a ninja master, and I'm sure I'm gonna get like so much flack for saying ninja and not like samurai and anyways.
Oh, yep, the tweets are coming in now. I'm just
Yeah.
kidding.
No, but I remember there was like a bed frame, and I'm like, and it just like tink and put a nice dent in it. I'm like, oh.
Well, katanas are like one of the strongest swords
Yeah.
made.
Well, if you have any sword, it's how you use it. Because I watched this guy's like, oh, here's like a sword that's really dull that they used in Middle Ages, and he still cut through a thing, and then he used a katana to cut through a thing, and I'm like, so it's just, it doesn't matter what you have, it's how you use it.
I mean, but I've seen katanas like you just go like that to paper and it just like
Yeah.
goes through it. So
Oh,
they're
yeah,
pretty sharp.
Mine
right?
does that, yeah, but it came with like this kit. You're supposed to take care of it. I don't know what the hell I'm doing.
Sure, yeah. Well, that's why I got this one. It was like $6, and it's just a big plastic thing, and I don't
Yeah.
have to worry about hurting myself.
See, that's probably what I should have done.
But it's all black, and I don't know. I get all the fun of unsheathing it and holding it without having to worry about killing myself.
I used to. My
Is it
mom
about all
got
your
me.
katana dreams.
Wow, this looks like is this the first one or the second one?
This is the second one.
So this is the pie face battle.
This is the
Battle.
challenge.
I'm wondering if I have anything that we can put on there, but anything that would just
Oh, my dear sweet Jesus.
So
So-
what's the
So the story behind this,
There's a
I
story.
Why is the hand inverted? It looks painful.
got.
Ah!
Because it's fun.
Because it's fun.
It's a clown hand. I
It
don't
is,
know.
yeah. That's
I think it makes it creepier.
But so last year I bought the original one, which was forever to find because it was like supposedly the hottest game for Christmas.
Okay, well, I'll believe that.
But I wanted it really bad, so I got it for myself, and I thought it was the funniest thing ever. So this year, this came out, and Treasure, one of my best friends ever, she's like, "Hey, what do you want for, it's like, oh, if you had to get something, what do you want?" I'm like, "Oh, I don't know, man. I like all this stuff, whatever." She got me other things, but she told our friend Chris about it. And they hunted it down at like 5 different stores, and they
wow.
managed to find it for me. And it makes me so happy. So basically it pits people against each other, which is delightful. And you just go, and then
Wait, what's this button then?
It's the other
you fight.
person.
So if you hit it,
Wait, and it only does it when you get over there?
it moves this way, and
Yeah,
then if I move it, it goes the other way.
Well, wouldn't it just be a stalemate forever?
no.
Why? Why wouldn't it be a stalemate forever?
Because someone will eventually hit it hard enough that it'll make it over here. You
Well,
saw.
I think it's the fastness, not the.
Yeah, it's the speed.
I mean, it's
Hey, you're supposed to
plastic,
go
so
like
you're gonna
this.
yeah,
Yeah.
so you get hit in your face.
So your face is together.
Okay, let's do this.
Hey.
And it's in the middle right now.
Yeah, it's in the middle. So we put our face.
Isn't it gonna hit you like with the
Probably,
thing, and
that's
you're
okay.
you're gonna get nose boops.
We're fine. You ready for this?
Are we
Okay,
fine?
1, 2, 3.
I don't like competition.
But it's.
I was
but you
having so
like
much
it-
anxiety.
You like it when there's whipped cream on here.
I don't like it.
Frosting.
Too much
It's
competition. I like the one that's
The other one's fun because you just have anxiety about it
yeah.
yourself.
This one doesn't make me feel like I have to have skill.
Yeah, yeah.
This one feels like if I do not break this toy by smashing it,
They're both pretty fun, and they both have different levels of anxiety.
I would say
that I love.
the first one is less competitive and more more
The
chance.
first one's more about luck.
Yeah.
It's Russian
This one's
roulette.
like who can hit it the hardest without
yeah.
breaking it.
They also have shame cards.
Shame cards.
What?
So I don't use these because they don't really fit an adult's head.
So what you're saying is this is a game for children.
Yes.
If you haven't seen what
Well,
I don't-
pie face battle.
if we're
of course.
describing it, it's like little chin rests, 2 of them next to each other,
No, you
a
like,
plastic hand and
yeah.
2 buttons next to it.
See, there you go.
and it's a shame card.
That's
Wait,
what
how
I
did-
call them because you look like an idiot when you have it on your
It
face.
doesn't even line up to the. It doesn't line up. What?
There you go.
Is that what you're supposed to do?
I don't know.
It doesn't even line up.
It says, there you go.
Does it say to do that?
Did you
Or
read
is
the
that-
instructions, or did you just
No!
throw it together?
It doesn't line up. Like, that's
Is there
where it would go.
rules?
It says to put them as close to each other
Oh, this is
so
what
that they're
you're supposed to do.
centered.
See, this is supposed to go this way.
Oh, that goes on this side. There we go.
How did you figure that out?
Because I saw the
Because it's
indents.
further out. Yeah.
Oh.
There you go. So see, one person is, yeah, so you gotta,
This isn't working.
that's why I don't use it.
I'm ready.
But yeah, it's a pretty fun game, and it got heated last night when we played this.
This seems funner than. I mean, no offense to my parents.
But it was pretty fun. I 8 out of 10 schmeckles for this one.
Oh, Rick and Morty.
Highly recommend.
Watch a schmeckle. No? All right, I'm done. Sorry.
Well,
No, we all saw Rick and Morty.
Yay!
We all
Yeah,
know.
you know, schmeckles. What is it worth? Well, 25 schmeckles paid for my big old bouncy movies.
PG-13.
That's not bad.
I guess
Rick and
not.
Morty's PG-13. It's on TV.
You're right. Okay. Adult Swim, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. There can be mature stuff on Adult Swim. It's like after prime time.
It says TV. TV 14. Okay.
Yeah.
My bad. I went a year over.
Oh no, is that a huge problem?
I said the B word.
Anyways, no, it's fine. Cool.
That's Pie Face Showdown. that
I thought you said it. I thought you said Pie Face.
No, it's Showdown. My bad.
You
It's
said
not
battles or something.
that. It's the same thing.
Is that so? When people go look up Pie Face battles on,
You can
Amazon?
mash your button, be the fastest, and cream your opponent. Look how much fun they're having.
Okay, well, if you haven't seen this art, just go look it up.
I mean, it's pretty great. Look at that guy. He's got so much whipped cream on his face.
And googly eyes.
Yeah, they're a little messed up.
To me, it seems like a way to break families apart.
That's why I want it.
That's why I like the first one. It's more like
Yeah, the first
everyone's
one.
in it together.
Yeah.
This one's more like I'm gonna
You know,
win.
the funny thing is, it was easier to get people to play this one than it was to get people to play the first one. Because I guess the people I was around just wanted to hurt each other.
I'm so
I agree with you. The first one,
non-competitive.
the first one is more fun because everyone is scared. Everyone's like,
Yeah, because luck it means everyone's included because you don't have to be a.
but it's okay because
you don't have to have skill.
You have
you
no
know what?
control over it.
Now I
Yeah.
have options.
Yes.
So varying ways to pie people in the face. And I don't know about you, but I was a fan of clowns and cream pies when I was a child. So.
Clowns? I don't know about clowns.
Well,
but
that's who
I don't know if anyone was a fan of clowns.
I liked clowns when I was a kid.
I did not. This is me with clowns. My face is very stern.
See,
For all the listeners.
I don't know. When I was a kid, I used to go to, which is not a good thing anymore, but Barnum and Bailey's.
But back then, when
Back-
the elephants liked being
Yeah.
paraded around. No,
Well,
I'm
back
just
then
kidding.
when they were affiliated with Disney for a certain point, and Disney did a VHS with them. This is back in the Disney movies with they had like.
All right,
they would
I
go
want to
to-
see where this
they would go-
this animal parade entertainment is
They
going to
would
be
go to the
justified with.
no. I'm not talking about the animals. I'm talking about the clowns.
Oh.
There was one clown on there that was really funny, and he was very well done makeup, and he wasn't scary looking.
I mean, I like maybe a red skeleton type clown where it's less about the makeup and being scary and more about them being, a very like a roguish tramp, or a hilarious boxcar.
Yeah, that's how this guy was.
That kind of the red
He would
skeleton.
go around and he would be funny,
stuff like
and
that.
he would do like goofy things, and he
But
did magic.
But did he have that white face and hair and
Well, he had a white face, but it wasn't.
big clown shoes? Because I like the subtle, like one nose and then like he's wearing a tattered suit.
He had like plaid pants and like suspenders. He didn't have big shoes. He just had like a classic red nose and like a nice little hat with a little flower in it.
I don't know.
Like he wasn't like rainbow colored. Does that make sense?
Why do
Okay,
clowns
sure.
have
He's
to
wearing,
have...
like,
Not like birthday party clown.
No, he didn't look like. This guy was a high quality clown. Primo clown.
It's a good clown.
Good clown. Clown.
100%.
100%. Good
clown.
stuff. Good stuff. Good clown. Good clown.
Okay.
Good clown. But he wasn't scary, and he was cool. He was like, magic and I'm a clown.
Just like that?
Yeah.
I mean, how old were you?
I must have been like 6.
Okay, well, so this memory could be just,
I-
nostalgic. Could be.
Plain and simple, I wasn't scared of the clown,
Okay.
which most kids are scared
I
of.
wouldn't say I was scared. I was just very unamused.
Okay.
Like, I am not. This is not
Well,
funny.
like I didn't find birthday clowns funny. I thought they
As
were
a children,
annoying.
this is not funny.
I liked this clown, and I liked this girl clown that looked like a Lolita almost. She was really cute and had like fluffy skirts and was all like, ah. If I saw her today, she would be kawaii des.
Okay. What does that mean?
Very cute.
Okay.
My anime tongue.
Otowa diamondo nanda. That's what I say on stage all the time.
Yeah.
What does it mean?
I am a diamond.
Oh,
Because the
touche.
spine.
Yeah.
And I do like that or something. It's really hard to make it.
Z Crystal. Pokemon.
What's the other one? Sam always said something about his butt. And he needs his butt scratched or something. I can't remember. Oh, shitty gagai tayui desu or something like
You're
that.
looking at me like I speak Japanese.
Well, you know, obviously. And then the other one we say is we just say the rest, and then
You see like Hideo Kojima and things like
Hideo Kojima, and what's it? And then we do we just say we repeat the line from the song. The Tatakai no Yuko.
Oh yeah, Tatakai
Like
no
let's go
Yuko.
fight right now.
Yeah.
Kind of something like that.
Yeah.
Roughly, I guess.
Why did you guys do a Japanese version?
Why?
fun?
Because well, I don't know. I'm like a super huge fan of animes, but I do like animes. Like
Why don't you guys have an AMV? Or AVM? You know what I mean. You know what I'm talking about.
I don't know.
An AMV, an animated music video.
or
That's
just
what
an
that
anime
means.
music video, where you take video from other anime
Animes.
songs.
That's
Yeah,
what
well,
an AMV
it's
is.
like
Others animes?
well, Mindless
You're talking about-
Self-Indulgence has their own, and it's really good.
An
Well, we
AMV
don't
or
have.
OVA.
I don't know.
I don't know. We don't have any.
I know
animated, I
acronym.
don't know.
That's
We
a
don't-
lot of work to get an animated anything.
Yeah. There's no. But so basically, we don't have any of that. But basically, it's our love letter to animes and that.
Yeah.
I mean, basically, it's just like the opening and closing title credits to an anime. That's what I was imagining when we were. I mean, it is using some of the same melodies from the intro.
Yeah.
But that makes it like, oh, this is if Steam Powered Giraffe was
Was an anime.
an anime. That's why
Yeah.
I like it. But it's basically we just we did that, and then Carolina at the time, who was one of the Walter workers, her boyfriend, who they're married to now and have kids together, he translated some of the Yu-Gi-Oh and Pokemon episodes back in the day in the 90s.
He knows Japanese.
And he knows Japanese, so I wrote the song in English. And if you're an Engineer-eteer, you can actually go search for it. I have the actual English, I think, that I just recorded the melody, so he could kind of, and he picked out words that kind of worked with the syllables and stuff. And there's a few that we had to kind of fudge, but he translated it all and told us how to speak it. And I know we're not getting it accurate, but he drilled us for a bit and was like, you got to say it this way, say it this way. And he's like, it's okay. So, but I don't think anyone's going to be fooled that we know Japanese or anything. It was just something fun to do.
It was an homage to
Yeah.
anime.
And I don't know, it's a lot of fun. And the song's over really quick on stage, so.
Yeah. It's like, that's why I like it, yeah.
I just
Well, we also, for your question, yeah, we also do a lot of anime conventions, so
Yeah,
it
touche.
naturally fits, so yeah.
I just love the senpai part. Like, oh my
Oh,
god.
yeah.
I think Yandere Simulator is amazing.
Oh, Yandere Simulator. Yanderes are scary.
I don't know what
They're
this
like the
is.
Notice Me Senpai girls that
Yeah.
are
Oh, yeah.
really crazy to the point of murder.
Really?
Yeah.
Is that a thing?
Yes.
I should have to show you the Markiplier
I mean,
one.
I know what, I know what, I mean, the senpai thing's
That's
around,
something else.
yeah.
Well, senpai means
Someone
someone
older.
older than you.
But
Someone you look up to.
because Hatchworth on stage says, oh, it was one of those things I told him say, call me senpai and be
Yeah.
sad and
Yeah.
and
It
I'll
was
look
just
away.
so good for the.
And then he's like, why? And I'm like, just do it. And then the first time he did it, he got
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, that's what we got to do. And then so he's kind of been milking it.
It's
ever
because it's like an
since.
anime trope.
Well, he didn't know
People-
either at
yeah,
the time.
Yeah, people find it
Oh
super
my
funny.
God,
The
I
whole
thought it-
senpai notice me.
Yeah, and I just turn away and I do a tear or something.
Single tear, because senpai will not notice you.
Yeah.
I had to explain that because that was in the January show when I brought my friend out here, and it was hilarious because everyone bust out laughing and I'm almost in tears and she's like, what the hell's going on? And I'm like, let me explain this to you real quick why this is funny.
So yeah, we don't do too many jokes like that. There's a few that are like, we were playing to with the audience that we're playing to, right? And most of our fans are anime fans too. I mean, it's just the age group, I suppose. But also, if we're at an anime convention, it makes total sense.
Yeah, it works better.
And we're redoing that bit for Brian's next year.
Right.
Just change. Well, I mean, we changed up the bits, but
Is he still gonna do senpai?
I don't know what we'll do.
He can be.
Well, I kind of know what we're gonna do, but we're gonna keep it similar because we're still gonna be playing an anime at least one anime convention next year. So
No, yeah, and it's like a
least I'll
creepily
do that.
small world here, apparently.
in San Diego.
Yeah, no, because like my one friend, he was like, "Oh, is this Brian Perpeter?" And I'm just like, well, "I don't know." I show him pictures, like, I know that guy.
Yeah, no, Brian's like, I mean, he has his own band around here called
Yeah.
The Routine, and
Yeah, because he was just like, "How is he still doing his band and doing this?" I'm like, "I don't know. I just know he exists. That's as far as I got."
We figured it out. No, he approached us.
Nice.
I mean, we put our feelers out, and it took him a while when we first put out the call, like, to our friends, like.
I was so impressed with his voice, and then my one friend was just like, "Yeah, he's an amazing vocalist," and I'm just
Oh
like,
yeah, musical theater.
Wow.
Like, he has articles written about him. Yeah.
"Nice."
No, yeah.
Not
Well,
to-
we
not
talked
to
about it
brag.
last time on the
Better
podcast. But,
band.
Yeah.
but no, it's great. I mean, always bring people on that are more talented than you. That's how you know you'll be okay. Yeah. But no, I mean, I run the company, so that's my thing, and we'll have a lot of fun next year.
Yeah.
Cool.
So okay, that was the game. Anime.
Five phase anime.
Yeah.
How much do we have to do? I don't know where we are.
We're
I'm lost.
an hour in, so we have another hour.
No, it's fine. I can talk.
We don't have to. We can end it right
I
now.
can talk about anything.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
That sounds like a challenge.
All right.
Yo, we can. I don't know.
Challenge on.
Challenge accepted.
There's not. I didn't collect any
Any questions?
No.
but since Bunny's not here, it's kind of gonna be hard anyways.
Well, Chelsea does that when
Yeah.
for the
yeah.
last one. I don't
But
know.
since I guess we won't answer any questions because I see some from last week, but a lot of them are like, well, Bunny can answer that one because it's for Bunny. So
Oh.
let's not do questions today. Let's just talk.
I make soap.
We're just gonna talk.
Oh, you make soap as well.
Yeah, that's what I.
I don't make soap.
Did we talk about soap last time? Probably not.
I don't
was
think
that
so.
before? It was probably before soap.
No, it was during soap because that's when I
During
gave
soap.
The soap
Chelsea
ages.
the flame.
Oh yeah, right.
Why is my brain dying?
The flame.
Fire
the fire
evolutionary stone.
Oh, Firestone.
There we go. Yep.
the
Thank you.
fire evolutionary
Yeah,
stone.
and I made. I have a leaf stone up on Etsy right now.
Oh, so if you need to evolve your Bulbasaur
With
before level
soap.
35,
And wash them at the same
34,
time.
wash it. Is that how they
Wait.
evolve?
Yeah.
No, wait, Bulbasaurs, you don't need a leaf stone.
You don't need to, but I think it will evolve with a leaf stone if you give it to it.
No.
So do they need 2 leaf stones to become like a level 1 Venusaur?
That's for Leafeon, right?
Nuh-uh. Leafeon evolves when you bring an Eevee to happiness near a magical bush. Or it's like a special rock covered in moss.
Oh.
I know my evolution.
Well, then what is the leaf stone for?
There's a couple Pokemons.
Vileplume.
Yeah.
And the sunshine one is
Really?
for the one with the skirt?
That one is a sunstone.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Did I say sunstone? I thought it said sunshine.
Sunshine. Yeah.
Same
Sunshine.
thing.
Sunshine.
The shine.
Sunshine stone.
It's a sun.
It's a happy
sunstone.
stone.
Yeah,
And
it
you're just
turns
like,
into Blossom.
That's it.
I know Pokemon.
Yes.
But yeah, Leafeon does not evolve with a leaf stone.
Which is weird.
contrary to
Because all the other
Fountain's
Eevees
belief.
do, right? Except for Umbreon and
No,
and
the
Pinkeon.
only Eevees that have Pinky, the only Eevees that evolve with stones are
Flareon?
Flareon, Jolteon, and Vaporeon.
yeah.
Oh, really?
Umbreon and Espeon.
Oh, I know that.
They're
evolved
day
to
and night.
Happiness
Yeah.
and day and night. Glaceon, you have to evolve near an ice rock. Leafeon near a leafy rock. Sylveon with friendship. And it has to know a fairy move. I made that mistake, and that's how I got a level 50 Umbreon instead of a level 50 Sylveon. That was a waste of a good Eevee. Waste of a good Eevee.
So did you like just quickly shut off the game and like, I need to redo this?
Oh no.
Oh.
Oh no, I got a new Eevee. And now that is my favorite Eevee. That Umbreon is sitting in that box all alone.
Wonder Trade it.
Shunned.
What about okay? We were in Pokemon. I'd hiked this morning and finally was able to play Pokemon. I haven't played it in weeks, but I only play it when I'm hiking and and I'm playing it quote unquote not too much. But when we were signing autographs in Bakersfield,
apparently there's a Mankey here on me.
I got a Raichu with a Santa hat.
I have
You have a Raichu?
With Santa hat.
Oh.
See, they got the.
Oh, it's adorable.
Well, they get the hats. I also got a Pikachu today with a Santa hat, so they're not too rare because I got two. So
I
far.
don't have one. I had to.
I don't play enough.
I would have to walk a very long time to go grab one, and I'm just like, I don't want to walk like 7 blocks.
Yeah, when I'm hiking, that's the only time I do it. Now you have the Pokemon Go Plus, so I literally just stick my phone in my pocket, and then I just press buttons when it vibrates, and then by the end of the hike, I'm like, oh, I got this, I got that.
Neat.
I'm usually too distracted to play.
I play casually like most people. I know some people who aren't into Pokemon who play it like every second every day.
So like my brother played it for a long time, and he doesn't even like Pokemon. I was like, what's wrong with you?
But you know what it is? It's not a social experiment. It's a form of art. That's how I see it. Because it's a augmented reality game in a vague sense that really has no because going outside and doing this doesn't have any repercussions. You know what I mean? I mean, there's obviously some weird stuff going on with, people trespassing on, but for the most part, it's like a positive, free game.
Yeah.
They are trying to make a few bucks off of it, but it's not like it's not in your face.
Moving.
So I like that about it. Because heck, I only play it when I'm hiking, and it's like the perfect thing for hiking. That's the only reason I play it. I'll take it out every once in a while when we're in like shows, but that's everyone.
Maybe it is better than most mobile games for when you're moving. Mm-hmm. But I really like my Horse Prince.
Horse Prince?
What?
Oh, is that another? I remember seeing. I'm sure some people online already had heard about this.
Yeah, it's delightful dating sim where you get to date a horse with a man's head.
Why?
Because it's anime.
Is it on Android or is it only on iPhone?
It is on Android and iPhone.
This looks like
and
it's a free game.
So is it like a centaur or just like creepily?
Okay. It's a horse's body up to the neck, and then
Is it called My Horse Prince?
My Horse Prince.
Just in case any of you out there need this game, which
I'm up to the part where
which I know a lot of people can't deal with this game, from what I'm hearing.
Oh, I can deal. Look at him. So that
You can't, I don't know if anyone's gonna see it.
they can see him. He's right there.
It's something else.
And right now,
It's very anime-y.
I got to the part where he plays in a rock band.
So you see the.
Is he a drummer? That's the only thing I can really see him doing.
I don't. Well, let's find out. No, the drummer is this weird little naked man with curly blonde hair.
Okay, it's very Japanese, but also.
Oh, he's in underwear. It's okay.
From what I heard, the horse is actually just a regular horse.
Yeah.
But you see him with a human head.
Because you were born in the year of the horse.
So it is just a regular horse.
Like me.
So that's why you're playing the game.
Yeah. Come on. Oh, supposedly he's a singer and guitarist.
So.
Have you heard of the band Hatebeak?
No.
Yes, this is a band where their lead singer is an African gray parrot.
Yep. And it's just straight up like.
So there he goes.
Oh, it's animated too.
Yeah.
Oh.
He plays the guitar.
All right.
Oh, I can brush him.
While he's on stage?
And he poops microphones.
Okay, so this game is probably going to be someone's favorite game.
This is my favorite game.
Do you also have a deep connection to this character? I know it's a dating sim in some sense, right?
Yeah.
Would you be sad if your phone died and you never saw him again?
No, he can die.
Oh,
in
okay.
A fire. He's on it. Let's be honest. He's an abomination.
So you're saying that's part of the game?
That's part of the appeal.
Oh,
really.
I thought that the game's not about trying to keep him from burning in a fire.
Well, there's nothing bad that happens in the game. The only bad thing
okay.
you can do is offend the horse prince.
He's a prince.
To you.
Oh, okay.
I'm just like, is there a hierarchy of horses now?
But it's weird because he's the only horse you see with a human head. Other horses you see like normal horses.
So he's just.
So you're taking a lot of.
Honestly, I'm just committed to get to the end of this mystery. I want to know if there's anything actually special about this horseman. Man horse.
That you love dearly and deeply.
He's beautiful. I don't even think. Oh no, he does have a name. His name is Uma, something. I don't remember.
Not important.
No, it's not important because
he's eye candy.
yeah, that horse body with the guitar. He can also surf. I mean, let's be honest. Surfing.
So is that all make believe in the character's head, or is that actually?
No,
a
it's
horse?
actually happening. There's a horse surfing on a surfboard.
Okay.
Like people make commentary about it.
And can other people understand him, like in English?
No.
It's all whinnies.
Yeah.
And nays.
Nays.
And clip clops.
And clip clops.
That's not.
Yeah, it's weird. The other one I got from the same company was Oji-san monster, or Ojimon,
I remember you
which
showing me
means
that one.
uncle monster. And they're Pokemon with uncle faces.
Uncle faces.
Yeah, like
Is this one also on Android?
an iPhone. But it is not translated, so I've kind of been guessing what has been happening in the game.
So wait, so they actually have it on the American
Yeah.
store? But it's still all Japanese?
It's still all Japanese.
Okay.
So they have like a bunch of Pokemon, but they all have that same uncle face. Makes no sense. I have them
creepy.
working in a mine shaft for me, and they're getting me money.
I mean, I get it's humorous because it's so weird.
Yeah, that's this whole company's shtick.
I played Llama Evolution. That was weird.
Oh, I've heard of that one, the llama one.
It had like 6 heads and it couldn't hold it up and it just like on the ground and like brrr, dragging it everywhere.
Was this one also Japanese?
There wasn't really words. You just tapped it, I think, after a while.
Don't they? Is that the same one that also has like one that's for cows, one that's like a bunch of different animals, and
Yeah,
it's the same game and they just change the art?
It's just evolved into weird,
I don't know why I put my phone on the
weird
floor.
things.
Okay, so there we gave some recommendations for some games.
Enjoy your holiday season with free games.
Yeah, we can talk more about video games. We're all gamers here.
Yeah.
Is anyone, who's excited for a game in the future? Who's
mean,
excited for a
vague.
game?
I really want to get The Last Guardian, which just came out. 'Cause
Ooh.
apparently it has really good reviews on
I
its
heard
story.
that the camera was a mess. The camera system was a mess, and
See, I can handle that
it was
because
50-50. Like it's for every good thing, there's a bad thing about the
I
game.
beat Silent Hill 2, so I can deal with any camera. Because that is the true enemy of that game.
No, I mean games have gotten easier to control.
They
got over the years.
So I need
yeah.
a challenge now. And if this game is old school, I'm okay with that because I really like Shadow of the Colossus.
I like that
and-
one too,
and-
that's great.
And Ico. So I'm willing to give The Last Guardian a chance.
Well, that one's already out. So
Yeah.
what about
okay,
something in the future?
looking forward to.
I want to play that one eco game where I really don't know much about it, but it's like a Minecraft type thing. Except
Oh, yeah, on
everything,
Steam. I
Yeah,
saw, like, early
the
access
laws
kind
of
of
the
thing.
universe. Like you build a society together and you deem what is allowed and what is not allowed. And like if you cut down a tree, it doesn't like respawn, so you have to do your resources
Oh,
well. I don't know.
That's cool.
It looked neat.
that sounds.
I have that
cool.
on my watch list.
Yeah.
I don't know what I want that's coming out. What is coming
Mass
out?
Effect Andromeda.
But that's we still. How long do we have? That's like in March.
They just said next spring. Is it spring next
Probably
year?
March or April. Yeah, I'm looking
Maybe they
forward
didn't
to
say
that.
spring, but anyways, 2017.
I'm hoping it's still gonna be RPG style like the other Mass Effect games.
I mean, I've seen some of the gameplay. It looks
There's just
like an
no-
improvement off of.
There's just no
3.
plot yet that we know of.
Oh yeah, no, you're. I think you're. From what I remember,
Yeah, it's
is you're being sent off around the time of Mass Effect 2 or
okay.
before the whole, everything with 3 happens. I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
And it's 100 years in the future because you wake up, like you're in cryogenic sleep. I'm paraphrasing because I don't really remember
you
much.
wake
but
up during the events of Mass Effect 2.
no, you are sent off like as a separate
Oh,
like you're gonna
and
go
then-
go explore space.
So you're
and
sent off during that time, and then you wake
Yeah.
up 100 years later, and you're like, oh.
I don't know if you played any of the Mass Effects, but
They're really good.
Okay.
have you ever played any of the BioWare games like Dragon Age or?
BioWare's pretty good, though. I gotta say, I wasn't a fan of Dragon Age except for 3.
3 was pretty good.
Played Dragon
I liked
Age
I liked
2?
I liked them all for different
1
reasons.
made me uncomfortable.
It was
Everyone looked like mannequins. It was really
Oh.
creepy.
the technology's definitely caught up. I think 3 is the most one for that everyone can kind of
Yeah.
play.
And you
1
can-
was very difficult like for people
Yeah.
to get into, I think.
Yeah, I didn't
But
enjoy
and
it.
2 was a rushed mess, but
Yeah, but 3
there was
I
good
think,
stuff in there, and 3 was good. 3 was the first PS4 proper RPG
Yeah.
until The Witcher 3 came out, and then that one
Yeah.
kind of
Witcher's
stole the thunder.
pretty
But
Hmm.
which
But
I'd
it
I'd
had-
recommend Witcher 3 over Dragon Age 3. But
Yeah.
at the same time, they're a little two different games
It
because
also depends on how merciless of a game you want, because Witcher's much more merciless than Dragon.
turn it on a casual, you'll be fine.
Okay, I guess you can do that.
But also, you get to create your own character in Dragon Age, and I mean, you have relationships in Witcher 3 as well.
I do like
but,
that in Dragon Age you finally get to be like cool races. Like the Kunari one was really
Yeah.
cool. I liked being a Kunari.
I liked it, and I was glad I played it before Witcher 3 because
Get horns.
Witcher 3 was like just a step up.
Yeah.
And the
That's
wor-
got
yeah.
good storytelling. He's like medieval Snake. And
So
I'll never
basically,
say no to that.
yeah, pretty much. And and Mass Effect Andromeda
That's what
space,
I'm-
that's always cool.
That's what I'm looking forward to. Death Stranding. Whenever that's gonna come out.
I don't know if it's gonna come out this year.
I can wait.
we'll get another big trailer sometime during the year.
Well,
Like, what's this meat tank?
God, I'm so excited. Anything Kojima touches, I'm like, yeah, I'm down.
Yeah, I'll play it. It's all good. Even the last one, which was kind of a disappointment, was still good because
Still good.
Yeah.
I mean, it still got awards, and
Yeah,
it wasn't
Metal
even a
Gear.
finished game.
Yeah.
Like, that's impressive. Oh, the other one I'm looking forward to. I mean, there's so many games that I know are coming out because I went to E3 and I completely just brain spaced on them.
Red Dead Redemption 2.
Red Dead Redemption 2.
What?
That's another one. But we still got a little
Did you
while
play
for
the first one?
that.
Yeah.
But I'm talking about
Cowboys.
I like the zombie one better.
Oh yeah.
That
oh,
one
that's
was
like
fun.
yeah, it's like a little one-off thing that they did.
Did you play single player or multiplayer? How did you play it?
I tried multiplayer and I suck.
Oh, okay.
I
Yeah.
played single player.
I like the free roam in those games, and some of I know in the zombie one they had like
I
some
like
co-op
the zombie
missions.
horse. It kind of
Oh,
just
yeah,
goes
yeah.
all over the place, but it's the
Yeah.
fastest out of all of
It's
them.
actually it leans towards the south, I
Yeah.
believe, because it always tries to veer towards the south, because that's the
It's like a death thing.
something about it's trying to go back to hell
Yeah.
or something
Yeah.
like that.
Oh, because obviously it's the equator.
It's great. It's good. I like those
That's a
games
fun
are really
one.
well done.
But Horizon
Oh yeah,
Dawn?
Horizon New Dawn.
New
That
Dawn.
that
Yeah.
post-apocalyptic one but it's like very tribal
Yeah, I
looking.
played a demo of it at
Horizon.
E3, and wow.
Robot dinosaurs,
Yeah. Yeah.
essentially.
The gameplay is really good.
It's as if the apocalypse or something happened and society has to rebuild itself, but everyone's like they don't
And-
really
and
know what the
machines
world
became,
was
like,
before.
sentient.
Yeah, so machines are take over the world, but they're all
Yeah.
like there's like these
they're
giraffe
animalistic.
ones that have like big solar panels on their heads and
Yeah. But they're really
It's
cool
very
because you
cool
can
looking.
like you can
T-Rexes with built-in rocket
you can
launchers.
power,
Yes.
you can
That's my
power-
dream.
So
But they don't look like dinosaurs. They're like new creations.
yeah.
Do you guys remember? Okay, I don't remember what they're called, but it was kind of like you build your own little mechanical critter and you like wind it up and you let it go, and like there was a little dinosaur, and like they had the one that was the big brontosaurus, and it would just like walk and like it would bring its neck back and it had a red
don't.
visor and a thing. It was
Video game or a toy?
toy?
it was a toy. You built it.
Zoids?
Maybe.
I don't know. It sounds familiar, but I
Zoids
definitely
were
didn't
like
have it as a
mechanical
kid.
animals.
Yeah.
And then
But
there's
it was
an
about
anime.
battling, right? It was about like
Yeah, and you had like
battling.
these little tiny gold people that you would like stick in different parts, and I just remembered the one with the brontosaurus. It had like 4 cannons on it.
That's
and-
totally Zoids.
Yeah, and I was just like,
I had a lot of those as a kid.
yeah, I had all the little ones, and I remember when I was a kid, that brontosaurus, like it was $100 when it came out, and I was just
Yeah.
like blown away when I got it, and I'm like, I got the coolest one ever because it runs on batteries.
Yeah, I had the gorilla.
I want to. Maybe I did have one. That's starting to sound familiar.
I had the dinosaur ones. Yeah, I had
Let's
like
look
the,
up Zoids. Well,
I can't remember if it was like the raptor, the T-Rex,
I
but
had
it was
the shadow fox
I don't know what that one
and
is.
the lightning sykes.
I don't know what their names were.
Zoids?
Zoids were like animal machines.
Yeah.
Does this look like anything? No.
Kind of.
Is that what they look like?
No, I don't know. Zoid toys.
This was the big brontosaurus. It's called an ultrasaurus with the
Zoid
red
toys.
visor.
Does that look like the one?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
it.
Oh,
You
okay,
had to
Zoid.
build it.
Yeah, you had to build them. And they had like a machine in them, and then eventually you could wind them up, and they would just go off and do their thing.
Definitely didn't have those. Probably saw commercials.
Yeah. Yeah, I had like Lightning Zero, Liger Zero, not Lightning Zero, what am I saying? Lightning Sykes, Liger Zero, Shadow Fox, Gun Sniper, which is the raptor.
You can get Iron Kong.
That's the one I had, Iron Kong.
It is
King Kong.
$220.
Well, now.
Wow. Well, I gave it to a friend as a gift, so. It's an expensive gift, I guess.
Well, when you bought it when it came out.
Yeah, I bought it a long time ago, and it was only $60 when I
Yeah.
got it.
Now they're not making them anymore.
Yeah, they don't make them anymore. I had like
So sad.
Yeah, I had like the ultra rare Shadow Fox that was from Japan. That one I just gave to my friend.
Yeah, I think I had all the. They had
They were made by Tomy, I think.
They had all these cool ones I didn't even know existed. Good lord.
Revisit your childhood.
But yeah, that was fun. But in Horizon, it's really cool because you get to take control of the machines.
Yeah.
So like in the demo I played, you got to take control of like an ox thing, and you got to ride it, and you were fighting like the little raptors and shooting them.
I'm a little disappointed. It doesn't look like it's going to be 60 frames a second on PS4 Pro.
I'm actually surprised that it's not.
Also,
Like,
the
it's-
Gravity Rush 2 demo, which I was excited to play the Gravity Rush 2 on PS4, Not running on
No.
60 frames either, which
I
is
had
weird
the
because the first one
Switch.
ran at 60 frames.
Yeah, that's a little weird. Maybe they're gonna wait.
Like, I know it looks better than the first one,
but not 60 frames.
it's just, I feel you don't need 60 frames, but I'd rather just play on
Liger.
PC. But
I
they
had
don't have that.
Liger.
Yeah, the Liger.
Yeah.
The Liger Zero.
Yep. God, how do you guys remember all these names and shit about them? I just remember the red squishy parts that you would push in for be the joints, and I'm just like, I don't know why these exist.
The screws were like rubber.
Yeah.
So it was easy because they're supposed to be able to break apart.
Yeah, it was like building a model.
Yeah,
Like,
but
you
instead
literally-
of screwing things in, you just held them together with rubber screws.
Is that so they would break apart when they battled, or no?
No, they weren't meant to like battle and actually break apart.
so
It
they
was
could
just-
move.
It was so
Oh,
a kid
okay.
could put them together.
Ah.
There was no screwdriver required. You could literally just open it and
You just snap
put it
them together. Oh, they had a Stegosaurus.
Yeah, they had a lot.
Okay.
Leah's having a childhood life crisis now.
I want all of them.
Well, they don't make them anymore.
But this video game is going to be close enough, right? That's
No.
my no, shush. That is now my expectation.
There is a Zoids video game though.
But it's not as cool as that.
Wait, what?
The real Zoids.
Well, they battle.
What did I say? I said Horizon New Dawn.
Horizon
It's
New-
Horizon. It's Horizon Zero Dawn.
Zero Dawn. That's what it is, and it's really good. What I got to play. Oh, I also got to mess with the new God of War.
Oh yeah.
And I was
Ooh.
never a huge God of War fan.
that's
I played all 3 of the games, and I think they got.
Is that cool dinosaurs? Yeah.
Well, they're more like animals than dinosaurs.
That's like the T-Rex.
There's
like
like
raptors.
there's like a spider.
They're dinosaurs. Come on, they're
They're-
dinosaurs.
That one's a
dinosaurs.
giraffe, clearly, with a satellite on its face.
Yeah, and some like birds.
An
There's
owl.
like oxes that you get to ride. They're cool. They're animals. They're like it's like
There, that
cave-
looks like that.
it's like
It's
caveman times, but with
It's like T-Rex.
machines.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Well, yeah.
it looks cool. Wish it was running 60 frames.
Well, we'll see what they do.
They're not going
But
to.
the new God of War looks good. That one's probably gonna be 60 frames.
I just don't care about running around as a big meat man.
That's the difference with this one, though. This one's actually interesting because
I'm gonna play all the others. I just.
I mean, I did
Meh.
too, and I disliked them progressively. Like I didn't like.
It's
2,
just like
and then-
testosterone in the game.
Yeah, and the 3 were bad. This one's interesting because he has a son now, and he has to like kind of stop being a jerk.
Well, it's not.
What?
It's supposed to be a redone. It's not supposed to be.
It is
I don't think they're-
Kratos.
Is it?
Yes.
Is that? Did they confirm that? I
Yes,
thought everyone
they
said that.
confirmed
Oh,
it.
this is a reboot.
I was at E3 and they confirmed it.
It's supposed to be him.
Well, he's a god. He can't die anymore.
Oh,
So he's
I thought it would, because they kind of hinted on the end of 3 that it was going to take place in Egypt.
nope.
Wouldn't that have been
It's-
so sweet?
This is all Norse mythology
Fighting
now.
and-
Now he's going to be fighting Odin
Well, that's pretty cool.
and ice giants.
Well, we'll see. If it runs 60 frames a second, maybe we'll pick it up.
Well, it looks really good, and it's cool because he has this moment with this kid where they're like talking, and Kratos is trying to make him, tough and
Yeah. No, I
he's, like,
remember
hard
seeing
in
the
that.
E3 demo.
Yeah.
Or no, it was a PlayStation Experience demo.
Oh, I didn't see that one. I saw the E3 one.
Didn't they? That's where they premiered the. Was it?
E3.
Was it E3?
Yeah.
Maybe that's what I mean.
It was E3. But yeah, and they had this whole thing, so I'm like, okay, you know what? Maybe I'll give Kratos another chance.
Well, we'll see
'Cause
what
it
happens.
seems
But there's
like he's-
definitely.
He's getting character development, and that matters to me more than gameplay.
I think Red Dead 2 is going to be the biggest game of the year. However,
Yeah.
What was
Which-
your favorite storyline game?
that's tough.
Metal Gear Solid.
I like my. There's so many good stories.
Okay.
In games.
For me, okay, I have my top 3. Metal Gear, the Jack and Daxter series, and Silent Hill.
For story?
Yeah.
What's the Jack and Daxter story?
Oh,
Cartoons do stuff. The end.
No. So the first one, they didn't really, I don't think, anticipated having a plot line. So they did a bunch of fun stuff. You got to save the precursors and all that.
Yeah.
Cool. The second game is where it gets really neat because you guys decide to go through this portal that they make, and they go into, without spoilers, it's like a future past time, which is really neat. And then you get to find out all this backstory stuff on all the characters, and it's like a dystopian future, and they introduce like morphing weaponry, and it's got really good writing, and it's Naughty Dog. Naughty Dog is really good.
Oh, okay.
So, highly recommend if you've never played Jack and Daxter. They released an HD collection, and it's really good.
On PS4? No. they haven't done
Not on
that.
PS4. It's only on PS3. But I think they are re-releasing it because they are re-releasing Crash Bandicoot on PS4.
What?
And I'm really. Used to do that, but that's what I grew up with.
I mean, I
didn't
did
grow
too,
up. I didn't grow up with
But
Mario.
it was because that was the games that were out. And then I'm like, I don't want to play
You
a
don't
3D
like
platformer.
platformers. I liked it. I enjoyed it. I liked Spyro and I liked
I like
Crash.
Spyro.
I mean, I have nostalgia for that stuff, but
Yeah.
I'd never go and play a new game that came out like that.
Yeah.
I
have fun
That was the
playing
time. I don't go.
Apparently, ukulele is supposed to be good.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but that's,
Banjo-Kazooie.
it's the same thing.
Yeah.
Basically.
It's just.
Yeah, I was watching. I'm like, wow, it's a ripoff.
Oh no, but
Well,
it's
it's
the
the
same
same guys.
creators.
Oh, well,
Yeah,
that makes
it's
better
the same
sense.
creator.
So that's
Okay.
cool for people who like Kickstarted all that because
Yeah.
they're getting the game that they want.
Oh,
I never want a game like
Psychonauts
that.
2.
I don't even want that one.
I know you don't.
I'm always about going forward.
Yeah.
Well, what's your favorite storyline game?
Gameplay can be better than storyline, sometimes. But as far as story goes,
Well, I like it
tough.
where you get sucked in and you're
yeah,
like,
I liked the Mass Effect trilogy. That one definitely held up for me, especially the director's cut. I mean, people complained when it finally finished, but I was okay with it. But the director's cut definitely made it better.
Yeah.
And all their DLC was great on that too. None of it felt very fillery DLC. It was all like pretty good and well done. The Witcher 3 probably takes the cake though.
cake.
With that and its expansions, like it's literally 3 games in one. And I mean, it's like the game I put the most hours into, besides like Borderlands.
Yeah, no. Story for me is definitely Metal Gear.
I like Metal Gear 2. I like that thing of, I'm more recent to that within the last few years, but
You're welcome.
that too. And I like Dragon Age. The Dragon Age story never hooked me.
No, it's more of the gameplay.
Yeah,
One.
I don't even remember what happened in 3. I just didn't care, I guess. The story was there, but I didn't care.
I absolutely love the Legacy of Kain Soul Reaver series.
Ah. Yeah,
I
that's
remember
a popular
playing
series.
through it. Like the actual Legacy of Kain stuff where you're playing as Kain, that never really sucked me in, but playing as Raziel and Soul Reaver, oh my god.
I remember playing the demo for the first one on PlayStation, but I never played the rest.
Yeah.
And then
Same.
I played it on Dreamcast, and they beefed it up with like an extra 1,800 polygons, and I'm just yeah. So, and that's why I'm just like, well, I'm totally gonna get it on Dreamcast because it's better.
Well, Dreamcast was ahead of its time.
Oh my god, I know.
And the coolest thing, 60 frames a second in pretty much every game.
And it had the
So bitter.
I am.
it was such a good. It was the first system that came out that had a built-in modem in it.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, and that was it 1998, and you had online capabilities. I mean, they sucked for the time, but it was one of those
No,
things
it was
that,
ahead of its time, but no one bought it.
that's the thing that I loved about
Because
Sega.
everybody wanted Mario.
Yeah, screw Nintendo.
Whoa.
It was great. I remember I had
Fighting
a
words.
friend who had
Oh.
it, so it was impressive. It was like, oh my god, 60 frames a second, Sonic the Hedgehog's flying out of a plane. I can't remember the first
Well,
Sonic
see, like
game on there,
if
but
the problem, oh god, I love Sega. Well, see, the thing about Sega is Sega came out with everything before Nintendo did, and the developers for Sega knew how to use and utilize the hardware that they had, but the problem is that they would just be like, oh, we need to shove this through and try to get this out there, and then all the games turned out being shitty because it was one of
yeah.
those things that just, like, because,
Mario sold consoles, and E.T. never did.
oh my god. Yeah.
Well, maybe it did, but
But I mean, like,
but
they're,
yeah, no,
No,
Sega
it
was well advanced. I mean, but
Sega was amazing, and it's just they...
Advanced, but no content that people wanted.
it did come out later, but still, it was.
Well, and with like, what was it, Sega Saturn, that was probably one of the worst things ever. I mean, I still had one, but that was just such a bad, like they didn't even have a Sonic game for it for years. And then when Dreamcast came out, it came out with that Sonic game, and at the time, it was good. And also at the time, everything on the Dreamcast was better than the PlayStation 2
Yeah.
because the developers didn't know how to utilize the PlayStation 2's
It was pretty
everything.
yeah, I mean, they had Final Fantasy X, which I guess was like popular at the time. I remember getting it. It was probably like a little bit after the console launched, but
Yeah, I got it too because it was.
and it was impressive.
Very hyped. It was,
but
yeah.
like the Dreamcast was well ahead of it in technical feats and stuff.
And it's just it was the games that came out, they weren't that great. There were so many bugs. I mean, I still love Sonic. I love Crazy Taxi, Silent Scope. I love Silent Scope. Playing that in the arcade. Oh my God, that was the coolest thing
What
ever.
about? Did you ever have the Leonard Nimoy fish game, Seaman?
Yeah, of course I did. Are you kidding me?
It's
It
a
called
little
me fat.
Yeah.
And it's like, are you in shape? And I'm like, not really. I don't exercise. And it's like, well, round isn't a bad shape. And I'm like, screw you.
I liked it. It was like it was a virtual pet for. I had a friend who had it, and I remember getting the microphone. It took a while to get the microphone because
Yeah, no.
I played it after the fact. Like Dreamcast was
It
dead.
was a struggle for me to get video games. So when I was
Yeah.
younger, because I had a PlayStation for a very long time. I got the PS2 a while after it came out, like 2 or 3 years after it came out.
Yeah.
You know, PlayStation 2 did have
And
internet
PlayStation 2 is
eventually,
still,
but
it was
there
still-
wasn't many
it still
games
is
that
to
made
this
use of
day
it.
the best-selling system.
Yeah.
The Commodore 64.
It's not a video game system, but okay.
But it was the best-selling gaming system of all time.
Okay, I'll give you that.
Yeah.
Let's see. Siri, what's
So we don't need to ask Siri.
what's
questions.
the best-selling video game console of all time?
Let's see. Okay, I found this on the web for what's the best-selling video game console of all.
What you gonna say, Siri?
PlayStation 2.
Oh!
It's on Wikipedia. Let's see. The next one would be...
What about Commodore 64 versus PlayStation 2?
I
I
don't
think
know.
it counts as a video game system.
It depends on region too, but I guess worldwide.
Worldwide.
Yeah, so let's see. It goes PlayStation 2, Nintendo DS, Game Boy, PlayStation, Wii, Xbox, PlayStation 3, PlayStation Portable, Game Boy Advance, and so on and so forth. What did you say? Which one was yours?
Commodore 64.
Well, like
I guess it's
first
technically a
computer.
computer.
Yeah, I don't think they're counting it on this
No, we're not
list.
counting computers.
No, I don't see it in there. They have like Ataris and stuff, but yeah, I mean you can see that even just from the years,
Yeah,
like
the PS2 was
Dreamcast only sold 9 million units.
Yeah, they didn't do well. I had two. I still
Sega
have
Saturn
them.
sold more than Dreamcast.
Really?
Believe it or not, yeah. The Game Gear sold
I
a little
love
well.
the Game Gear.
I had a Game Gear actually.
I like that the Game Gear was actually backlit. Like that was a huge thing because at that time, you know, all the Game Boys were just like you're just like, okay, we got the sunlight
Yeah.
just right.
Well, I went to a really cool convention one time, which they didn't continue doing it. It was a video game convention in Florida, and they had a video game museum that they brought in, and it had every single console ever made there.
There,
Really cool.
there's a museum of play in Rochester, New York. And like the bottom half is where you can go and play with everything, which is awesome. And the top half is where you can like go and look at all that stuff. And it's probably one of the coolest museums ever, but it's the Strong Museum of Play. And what was it? Ball and Stick recently got entered into the Hall of Fame.
Ball and stick.
Is that a video game?
No,
Yeah,
like you know, the stuff
like-
that kids play with.
Yeah.
No, I mean, it took forever, but you know, I thought that would have been in there a lot sooner.
You mean just like a
Ball
branch
and
and a
a
ball?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Stick ball.
Well, not together, separate. You've never taken a stick and just went and listened to the noises it
I
makes?
guess that is a toy. Yeah, no, yeah.
Prehistoric
Every
toy.
kid, if they find a branch in the ground, that's a new weapon / staff /
Yeah.
whatever the heck they want to turn it into.
Destruction.
Yeah, no, the Strong Museum of Play is like the national.
Things that are played with,
Yeah.
basically.
Yeah, and they.
So what's number one? No, ball?
Ball.
Ball.
Ball is the true winner.
Log.
Everyone wants a log.
It
You've
rolls
gotta have a
downstairs and
log.
rolls in pairs.
Now's the
Rolls over
season.
your neighbor's dog. Log.
Great for a snack. If it's a new back, it's log. It's log. It's
There we
big.
go.
It's
Here's
wood.
I was waiting for you to get set
Log.
off.
It's better than bad. It's good.
Yeah.
Everyone wants a log.
I have one of those shirts that has that on there.
I was a big Ren and Snippy fan, and now when you
Yeah,
look at
me
it, you're like,
too.
how did parents let their children
Yeah.
watch this?
Well, I mean,
It's not for kids.
no. And then he tried to do the adult version, and it just didn't. It wasn't as
It
funny
was
because
so-
it was too on the nose. Like,
Yeah, it was
And
like
it's just like-
it was a little uncomfortable actually.
Yeah, it was much funnier when he couldn't do certain things.
Yeah.
I think
He
the
had to
hinting
pay
at it
attention.
is more
Yeah.
entertaining
Yeah,
than
yeah.
actually.
'Cause
Well,
when you see
subtle
it-
humor is better than like, ha
Yeah,
Yeah.
but yeah, I was not scarred by Ren and Stimpy though.
No,
So
I don't
Not
think I
either.
was.
it just
My grandma was appalled by it when I was
Yeah.
watching it.
because to be
So
fair, as a
wrong.
kid, even you're not digesting the parts that
No.
adults think are bad.
Mm-hmm.
You're like
Watching
you like
cartoons.
the weird art. I always loved the close up like super
Oh,
detailed
with the
dirt,
boogers
and it's
and
like
the
gross
hair.
and you know like that's what a kid is going to digest. They didn't swear or anything. It's just that the concepts were very adult.
Yeah, yeah.
Like one's going space madness. Like as a kid, you're not like it's funny, but I don't know. It's just,
Yeah, no, it's true. And then the weird, like, the homosexual relationship between Ren and Stimpy
and
is
you don't,
always hinted at.
but you don't
care.
think about it because
Yeah.
it's not like they're
Yeah.
I always got the thing of like, oh, it's a cat and dog that's married. Meh. Like that's as far as it went.
And it was
Yeah.
an abusive relationship.
Yeah,
it
too.
was.
Like extremely. But you
Yeah.
didn't even know it. But adults look at it and they're like, this guy's like beating the other guy. This is kind of messed up. Like there's one part
Like
where
some episodes end with Ren beating Stimpy.
Yeah, beating him.
That's the end of the episode.
Or-
but it's
or the
really good.
farts.
It's well done. The animation is really nice to look
no,
at.
it still holds up. No,
Yeah.
one of my favorite episodes that always stuck with me was there were two. The Canadian bearded Yaxman was one that stuck with me.
I like the House of Yesterday.
That's a good one.
Well,
Well, that
I
one
think
or the
Space
fart.
Madness.
The fart
What is
one.
it? Is that what it's called? Space Madness?
I think yeah. But the one that made like the Space Odyssey reference. and
Yeah,
stuff like
maybe
that,
it's
yeah.
probably there's probably some of
The
name for it.
ghosts.
It's been a while since I've seen that one.
Yeah, no, the fart one always stuck with me because like Stimpy lost his fart and didn't know where it went,
Or the one where he crawls into his belly button.
and he talked.
Oh yeah, there's
Oh,
the
that
video
was-
game. The video game did a bunch of that kind of
So
some of the
gross,
episodes. There,
yeah.
there was a video game for. I think it was only for Super Nintendo. No, they had two. They had one for Sega too.
I think I remember this.
They were completely different. One was more of a platformer. One was more like almost like an Real Monsters kind of
Yeah.
video game where you have to use different, like you could throw Snippy's nose, and it was
Okay.
weird. One of those games where you never beat as a kid because it's
Yeah.
impossible to figure out.
Yeah.
You're like, I don't know how to play this, and we don't have the instructions because we rented it. So
Yep.
I don't know what we're doing, but
Yeah,
there's my favorite characters on there. I
Yeah.
like Stimpy. Bunny liked Ren.
I liked Ren. He was just mean.
He's a psychotic chihuahua.
Yeah.
I think he was, wholeheartedly captured of all chihuahuas, of how they actually are in their mind.
I gotta say, there was one good episode in the adult one, which was the backstory of Ren. They
I
showed
don't
why
remember.
he
It's
is.
been a few years.
They
but-
show why he is how he is, and he was like, his parents were like kind of crazy and never paid attention to him, and he had this weird obsession with like hurting things. So he had a frog that he would always just beat up. And he's telling like a psychiatrist about this, Mr. Horse or whatever.
I love
Yeah.
Mr. Horse.
Yeah, he was like the psychiatrist, and in the end, he's just like, I can't. You're messed up. And he's like going for the gun, and then Ren's like, oh, I see how this is going, and he's like, oh no, and then Ren just like pistol whips the horse, and I'm like, what is happening? He just like beats the horse.
I gotta watch it again and see if now that it's been a few years,
Yeah.
like.
He's like, you think I'm crazy? I'll show you it's really crazy. And he's like, oh no.
I think my favorite part is, out of the entire series, is just Mr. Horse going, well, sir, I don't like it.
Yeah, his like legs are broken because he like jumped out of a building. How do you feel? No, I don't like it. Don't like it one bit. Or he's like sampling things at like the supermarket. No, don't like it. Yeah, Mr. Horse was probably one of the best characters. He was great. Or the was it? No, it was Two Stupid Dogs. So it was like, it's cute, but it's wrong. That wasn't Ren and Stimpy. That was Two Stupid Dogs.
I liked Angry Beavers.
I remember Angry
I watched
Birds.
all those shows as a kid.
Yeah.
Invader Zim is probably my favorite.
That was,
I got all of their comic books now. They went to comic books after their
Oh,
show
that's
got
right.
canceled.
Yeah, he makes comic books now.
Yeah, well, he made comic books before.
Yeah. Well, he made Johnny the Homicidal Maniac
And Squee.
and Squee.
And then Eric Trueheart did Lenore?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Which I have all of the original Johnny the Homicidal Maniacs and Lenore's autographed.
I have the hardcover of Johnny.
I need to get rid of those.
I've never seen any of these.
They're-
I know of Invader Zim,
Yeah.
but I've never seen an
So
episode.
it's basically like,
It didn't seem for me whenever it came out.
The thing I like about Invader Zim is the details in it, because I think that's what makes it funny. The first 5 times you watch it, you don't notice that stuff, and you're just kind of glazing over it. But like when Invader Zim is, running head-on into a police vehicle and it runs off of the highway and into a hot dog factory, it's just like, this seems to explode with wieners on impact. Like, not that it hit a hot dog factory, but, just when police cars explode, they explode with hot dogs.
yeah,
I think that's hilarious.
it kind of had some little hints that were somewhat Ren and Stimpy-ish, where it had like that pseudo-violence thing and like weird grotesqueness. Like there's one episode I'll never forget, which is when
The Harvest.
Zim is they're gonna do like the nurse is gonna go around and check them or something, and he's like, I don't have any human organs. So he decides to harvest human organs from all the other children in the class and replaces them with like just random
Appliances?
objects. So he like takes spleens and intestines and hearts, and he assumes that the only way to keep them in his body is by swallowing them. So he's just really fat and disgusting and filled with organs. And Dib, the human kid that's trying to prove that he's not human, is like, oh, you're never going to pass the test. He's like, oh, I'm fine now. And he's like, Zim, what's wrong with you? And he's like, oh, you know, I'm just good old healthy, full of healthy organs. It's really good. He's like, you need any intestines? I got 3. I got 4 human hearts. I got this. Oh, God, it's so gross.
I love the nurse is like, you're a healthy little boy with plentiful organs.
Yeah, she like squishes him. At some point where he just burps and the intestines like roll out of his mouth and he's like, just sucks it up like spots. And you're like, oh.
So is that the
And it's all because of head pigeons?
That one went pretty far, and I think that was like one of the points where we had that issue of the soccer mom attack, and they started trying to censor the show.
Well, there was multiple issues with
Yeah,
it. One of them was Jonan Vasquez refused to talk to people as a person. He had to use a puppet.
Oh, really?
So people got pissed really quickly.
Yeah, he was kind of a troll.
And
Who's
he...
Jordan Vasco is the creator.
Yeah. And he also took a good chunk out of the budget and like put red film tint over all of the windows. And the other one was the episode where he had to get a hold of the prisoner that was from planet Vort. And he had to get a Vortian liquid, and everybody thought he said abortion.
Oh, the abortion liquid, yeah.
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 So it got canceled because it was a little too, it was same as Ren and Stimpy. It went too far, and then it gets knocked out. Because he tried to push his buttons. Animaniacs did the same thing, and Freakazoid.
Oh my
They
God,
basically push it as far as they can until they get canceled.
I love Freakazoid. It was so good. I have
like that
the
one too.
first two
And they
first 2 volumes.
berated the network censor
They
blatantly
did!
on the show.
All the
like it.
time. It was great.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
I
the
mean-
network censor. Smash her with an anvil.
It was great.
She's like, yeah, no, I own all seasons of it. It's awesome. Only 2 of them.
Yeah, there's only the 2 DVDs.
Yeah. It's
They only had 2 seasons?
only 2 seasons of Freakazoid.
I mean, it seems like probably because you watch reruns, you're like, oh.
Yeah. But
Animaniacs was good too.
Yeah, Animaniacs was good. That one lasted longer because it
Steven
was
Spielberg
more
liked
popular.
it too. That was like
Well,
his
Steven
thing.
Spielberg also liked Freakazoid.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was he in that?
And Pinky and the Brain was his other big one, which started as just an Animaniacs.
Tiny Toons also Steven Spielberg?
Yeah. Well,
I don't know.
it was Warner Brothers.
Is that different?
No,
Well-
it's the same.
Oh,
They're all
right,
Warner
yeah,
Brothers.
yeah.
Steven Spielberg, though, had his name on Animaniacs, and he had his name on Freakazoid and Pinky and the
He
Brain.
was in Freakazoid.
Tiny Toons
Yes.
was good too.
Tiny Toons was just, it was tied to
I
Looney Tunes.
always remember the.
I could never beat that video game.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah. Wait, is that the one where? There's a few. Yeah.
You play as the blue little rabbit.
Yeah, Buster.
Buster.
Yeah.
The
Babs and Buster. Bunny.
that
Mm,
one
Lola was the
was
other
it
adult
Slappy
one.
World? Remember that? There's that road trip where he's going with. I don't remember the.
Aunt Slappy.
No, it was like they went to
Oh,
a theme park.
That's the
Yep, the squirrel.
that's the squirrel, the old lady
Oh,
squirrel.
yeah.
Yep.
Slappy.
And her
was-
little nephew, and she was
Yeah.
just like,
Skippy.
no, the who?
That was from
Who's
Animaniacs.
who?
That
No.
was from Animaniacs.
But the Looney Tune, the Tiny Toons,
Toons.
they had there was one episode where
Which one?
the I don't remember the actual Plucky
Yeah.
and
Plucky.
whatever the pig one name was.
Oh, I can't remember.
Hampton.
And they
Hampton.
went with Plucky went with them and their parents in the road trip to the theme park.
Yes.
That's the one I remember the most.
Yeah,
of.
I remember that one. I know exactly what you're talking about.
And it kind of felt like Ren and Stimpy to me, like you
Yeah.
know, just.
Oh, it had that same humor. It was like the 90s.
And you finally get to the theme park, and it's like I would not want to go on any of these
No, it
rides.
was, like,
These are all death rides.
Yeah.
Was it Slap? I want to say it was like Slappy Land or.
It probably was because they had ties in with each other.
Yeah, they
Like,
all
they
did.
would make jokes.
But it was more like everything was like a.
It was violent and
Yeah.
dangerous. Yeah, and I think what Plucky wanted to go on everything, but Hampton was like, "What is wrong with
I don't
you?"
know.
I think it's hilarious, like how much stuff was overlooked in the '90s cartoons. I remember, like looking back at Rocco's Modern Life.
Oh, I love Rocco, which is getting a movie.
Really?
Yeah, Rocco's getting a movie. Hey Arnold is getting a movie.
Wait,
It has a
animated or
fan-
like live action?
Animated. It's going to be on Nickelodeon.
Okay.
Yeah, Rocco, they're gonna finish something up. That one was just like super adult.
He worked for a sex hotline.
Yeah, he did.
Like, that was one of those things that I
Filbert
didn't get.
Yeah.
No, because I remember Rocco being on the phone. He's
Oh,
like,
that's right,
ooh, baby,
Ooh,
ooh, baby.
Yeah, Rocco worked for a sex
And then
hotline, that's right.
the crying clown and an iron lung.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. There was another one that was like.
Really, really big man. With his like huge
With his nipples of the future or
I liked
truth or
the
whatever.
spring cleaning episode.
Which one was that one?
It's the one where they break
Was it
into the whole
huge
town
vacuum?
is. I don't remember, but I remember the song in the beginning where
Oh yeah.
spring cleaning,
Yes,
and
yeah.
then it, like after that is like like
We'll go
that
back to our meetings.
that it was
for-
like
yeah.
that they had to rehearse all that.
Yeah, they
I liked
rehearsed it all.
that. Like it wasn't just like.
Yeah. They also did that for the it's when Rocco goes to City Hall. Rocco goes to City Hall. They were big, but he was small.
Oh, I remember
but not
that.
that small. Yeah, he's like, how'd you guys all know this song? They're like, oh, we rehearse it every Tuesday or something. They've done that a couple
Yeah,
times.
Heifer was probably the star of that show.
Oh, Heifer was great. I don't know. I really liked
I like where Filbert was an alien.
Oh yeah, Aleigha Rhoads was an alien. But I really liked the neighbor.
The big head?
Fridge. What was his name? It was Big Head. Ed.
Mm-hmm.
Ed Big Head. I liked him. He was funny. Because he was always just so angry. He was like, ooh, my wife. And she's like, oh, eh. And she tried to be sexy, but she's like this frog woman. And she's like, and I'm like, oh, you're so foul. I love you. So I was covered in flies and slimy. I loved her. She was great.
I can't remember what episode it was, but my favorite line is probably, feel the power of my two-ply. Like this genie or something had to change into different things and he was a toilet paper roll.
Yeah.
And I just remember him looking angry and just, that phrase has stuck with me through life.
Yeah. I remember the doctor with the Q-tips in his ears.
I don't remember that.
Yeah.
There's collectively we remember at least a few episodes.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then when he went to Heck,
Oh yeah.
I crossed out the letters.
Yeah.
Heck. That was great. Yeah, it was not a show for kids when you really like read.
And then when you finally like see shows that are for kids, like Rocket Power,
Yeah, you go,
you're like, Hey Arnold, and Wild Thornberries. I wasn't about all that, but I was a little older when that stuff came out, so.
I agree. I liked the stuff that was hidden as a kids show. Unless
Yeah,
it really had
I
adult
mean,
things.
and as a kid, you don't know. You're just like, this show sucks. This other one's great. So
they're the ones that did better, but they're also the ones that pissed off
But
parents.
I
more.
also, I started watching South Park in elementary school, and
Oh, yeah, that one was.
it didn't turn me into anything. And because I'm a person. I know what's like that's too offensive, or that's humorous. But
Yeah.
it's not for kids.
No.
But I still watched it.
Yeah, I wasn't able to.
I was blown away when they had like one of the recent ones of, what was it, Butters like putting his junk up on the window and they didn't censor it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm like,
Yeah, they
can
get away
they
with a lot.
do that?
Yeah, they got away with
Yeah, they
it.
got away with a lot.
Yeah.
Well, it's like I'm rewatching all of Dragon Ball now.
Oh my
which
God.
I used to watch as a kid.
Not the Z, but the
The original Dragon Ball.
With Emperor Pilaf and
Well, I'm over that saga now, but because it's long. It's
Yeah.
160 episodes, 4 movies.
Wow.
I'm on episode 50 something right now, but that show's inappropriate and not for kids at all. Goku's naked half the time, mind you, and I'm pretty sure it was censored from the American one
Yes,
because
it
I never
was.
remember seeing.
there was like
little Goku junk.
strategically placed flowers, or his
Yeah.
tail happened to be there, or there's like a
Yeah.
shampoo bottle, and it was always so crappily put in too, where you could always tell.
Yeah, but
I never
now
watched the first.
watching it, it's all uncut, and I'm like, oh my goodness, this little kid's just like naked all the time, running around like a little crazy wild man, doing whatever he wants to, and it's almost like that one show, Shin-Chan.
Oh yeah, sure.
It's kind of like that, and I was like, wow. And Master Roshi's super pervy. They always make jokes about underwear. and,
No,
like,
because I
weird
remember in
women.
the censored one, Bulma had to wear underwear, and in the original one, she wasn't wearing anything under her dress.
Well,
well,
there's some parts.
Yeah, and like
A different time
she needed
and a different
something.
country.
Yeah, she needed something, and she was just like whoop, and just blood came spurting out of his nose because blood pressure changes.
So they changed that in the American version.
yeah, to show me
But
your
now-
underwear
yeah.
instead of it being little girl
Yeah.
parts.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Well, she was a
little
teenager,
uncomfortable.
but it was inappropriate. But the one I got the Funimation app on PlayStation, and it's the complete uncut series, so you can watch the show as it was meant to be seen. And I was like, what? But it is a really well-written show. It's really funny.
Is there a significant difference between the uncut and uncensored versions? Because I know they're both out there. Because I remember being a
the
kid.
uncut is the uncensored.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I remember being a kid and like I got this Dragon Ball Z thing and like I just was trying to read it. I'm like uncensored. Why is this one different? And because all the other ones were uncut and that one was uncensored, so and
I don't know.
it said it right on the thing, and that's why like I've never really looked into it because you know.
I don't know. It's just weird things that you remember one way when you were a kid, and then you realize they were all censored for you, which is interesting. Well, also because it just can't be put on TV that way.
Not in America.
Not in America, at least. Yeah. But it's a funny show. Watching it again now, I get more of the humor.
My friend was into Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z, but not me.
Oh, I love Dragon Ball Z and Gundam Wing. Oh my god.
Oh yeah, I didn't really watch those that much, but I liked Dragon Ball because the art style was really like well done compared to. It wasn't as sharp as Dragon Ball Z.
Well,
it was much
it
softer.
changed
Yeah.
from because
Like Akira Toriyama decided to become like it was more hard. I don't know. It was more badass. I guess is the.
I don't like the later animation. I like the earlier stuff where stuff's more rounded.
Yeah.
Like they got the little bleep nose.
Yeah, everyone was chubby looking in the original, which is why I like Dragon Ball. But Dragon Ball Z, everything's like.
Yeah, but that didn't happen until more in the whatchamacallit, like the Namek saga or whatever. And then when they had the voice changes.
Technically, all that Piccolo stuff is part of Dragon Ball, not Dragon Ball Z.
Oh?
Yeah. When Piccolo first shows up, it's actually Dragon Ball, not Dragon Ball Z.
So did
I
they
know.
just edit it or something?
Well, no,
Or
because
what?
the Guardian of the Universe,
don't know,
Earth, Kami, he's living there. Yeah.
So like, there's a lot. Dragon Ball goes pretty far, and I didn't even realize it until it actually becomes Dragon Ball Z. I was like, oh, I didn't know that. Because Goku becomes an adult by the end of Dragon Ball.
Yeah.
Yeah, like he's not a kid at the end of Dragon Ball. And then Dragon Ball Z starts, and that's when they start with Frieza.
Not when he has Gohan?
I know Frieza is part of the beginning of Dragon Ball. I'm not a master mind of Dragon Ball Z. I can't tell you. I just know from what I've seen on how it's labeled on Funimation.
Okay, because I remember watching Dragon Ball Z, and like the first few episodes was when the Saiyans came to Earth. It was Nappa and Vegeta.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that was Dragon Ball Z.
Yes, that's Dragon Ball Z.
Okay.
Yeah. Piccolo's already around.
Yeah.
He's a cool bro.
I played some video games. The end.
Plain and simple, I'm just going off of the whole thing of censorship and all that. So it's funny watching a show that I watched in the 90s, and it's like way different from what I remember.
I wish they kept all the same voice actors. Brian Drummond, or however you pronounce his name, is my favorite. He does Vegeta, he does Ryuk, the old Vegeta, not the new one where the guy just sounds like he's just, drunk and smoked just 30 packs of cigarettes.
I don't watch the new stuff.
Is that Dragon Ball Z?
Yeah.
No, Dragon Ball Super.
No, because in Dragon Ball Z, in the middle of it is when they switched voice actors.
Yeah, but Super is the new Dragon Ball that is currently coming out in Japan.
Is the art style anything different?
I think it's all Akira Toriyama.
It's still Akira Toriyama, but they have I don't know this for sure, but I'm pretty sure they have two different animation houses. Because when we were doing actual story, it looks like it's better animated, and when they're doing fillers, it's like really cheaply done. Like really cheaply done. I was like,
Yeah, I don't like the whole art direction of Dragon Ball universe.
It's not your style. Yeah, Akira Toriyama is not your thing. Dragon Quest.
I don't like the art style of Dragon Quest either.
Really?
Yeah.
I like that because that's the old school Akira Toriyama.
Something for everyone.
Yeah, it's its own thing.
But yeah, not for me.
But yeah, Dragon Ball doesn't look the same to me, at least. It looks like slightly different, which is why I like it.
Yeah, I can see that. Still similar enough that I'm like, not my taste.
See, I had Chi-Chi when she was little, and I liked it.
I like when she just grabbed the thing on her head and went, yeah.
Well, I also don't. I mean, besides like Dragon Ball, I also don't like Wild Thornberry's art. Don't like that. Don't like Hey Arnold art. Don't like.
Rugrats.
I could get by with Rugrats.
Okay.
That was okay.
Real
I don't know
Monsters.
why.
I like that.
I liked the show, but I
Sometimes.
didn't like the art.
Yeah. It was it's like almost like Scribble Vision, almost. It's messy.
I would
That was
prefer
Klasky-
Scribble Vision.
That was Klasky
Home
Supo.
Movies is a brilliant show.
Oh,
Was
yeah,
a
Home
brilliant
Movies
show.
is great. That one's more for the humor than the actual quality of animation.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, that's what that's all about.
Or like Dr. Katz and stuff.
Yeah.
It's all about the voice actors.
Yeah, it's all about the voice actors and the humor, not the animation.
I mean, that's similar. It's similar to how Archer is now.
Yeah.
I mean, they're I guess it looks a little better, but it's still like.
But still, it's not
you're there
like-
for the improv that you know that they just
Yeah,
improv the whole episode and they had a rough script essentially.
Yeah. Yeah, that's
Well,
definitely.
yeah.
I agree.
Also, Bob's Burgers is good too. That's less. I feel like a little bit of that is improv dialogue, but
A little bit, but not as much.
it's a little more scripted.
Yeah, that's more.
I just love how everybody's so angry in Archer all the time. Like, I think it's hilarious.
There's something funny about. I mean, that's why Always Sunny in Philadelphia is great. It's like there's something funny about watching terrible people try to do things.
And just terrible things happen to them.
Yeah, and that's why
Like they
it's
don't
funny.
get their they get their just desserts.
There's no the good people are side characters.
We actually just watched the Always Sunny Christmas special last night, again, which is great. We won't talk about it on here, but it's
Yeah.
great.
No, I like Always Sunny. There's some of the first seasons were a little offensive to some things, but at the same time,
Well, the whole
characters
show is
are
kinda
getting their just desserts.
Yeah, it's kind of like South Park and stuff, where it's like no stone is left unturned.
Yeah,
Everything gets its hit from the show.
Plus, like you can see maybe not in Always Sunny, but like something like South Park actually has a little bit of heart to it. Like they're trying to say a message through their crudeness.
Yeah.
Whereas something like some other shows are just like, this is crude for nothing. And I'm turned off by shows that don't have them, they're a
reason,
good,
yeah.
Then it's kind of like, okay, you did this just for the reaction. Where South Park is doing it for the reaction, but then they're also like doing it to make a point. Like,
Yeah.
So I like that because then you can see that it's art. It's not as much art when you're just crude all the time.
Yeah.
I still want to see the Book of Mormon,
Oh yeah.
just
Right,
because of,
same
you know,
guys.
Too. Maybe they'll make a movie of it because I
Maybe.
don't know if we're gonna find time to go find tickets for it.
Yeah, that's the tough one to get tickets for.
it's just, I grew up in Palmyra where all that stuff happened.
Oh.
So that's why I want to see it. I want to see how accurate they are. I do have to say the South Park episode that they did.
Of
Mormonism.
they had a few actually, didn't they?
Yeah, the one with Joseph Smith.
Yeah, dum dum dum.
That one was pretty much like Spock.
If you're Mormon, we're
frickin'
not trying to
on.
insult you. We didn't make these things.
No.
They are funny though.
Yeah, but it was pretty.
Well, same
Like,
with like the Scientology one.
Yeah. Oh my god. If you're Scientologist, we're not trying to make fun of you. Things can be funny.
Yeah.
No, I had to drive by Joseph Smith's house every day to go to school, kind of thing. Like
really?
it was like legitimately that was the town that all that crap happened in.
That's awesome.
Makes me want to watch South Park again.
Yeah, that's pretty
It
good.
feels South Park feels like it's like they understand like the plight
They're
of
bitter
our
too.
world. Yeah, they're bitter a little bit. You know?
There was a few things that were left out, but it was one of those things like they got it pretty good.
Like Rick and Morty, which will hopefully be out soon. the third
Oh, that
season.
too.
Oh, I still got to
again,
see the
so-
rest of the second season.
Oh.
And that
It's
one's
on
so good is
Hulu.
because it has heart as well.
Yes.
It's all great.
That one's awesome, and I'm excited for the next season.
Yeah, now I wasn't really following like Dan Harmon or any of those folks until after like Rick and Morty, and then I'm subscribed to Harmontown and I watch it every
Love it so
every weekend. They
much.
live stream their podcast. And
Nice.
I mean,
And we
they've
went
been
to
to
go see
Australia.
Harmon Quest.
And we went to see Harmon Quest. We did the filming of that.
It was awesome.
That was cool. But yeah, you'll see it.
You might see us.
You
on
might see us on
Harmon
Harmon Quest if you watch Harmon Quest.
We were like almost in the front row.
Yeah,
We
and
were in
that,
the
that
second
camera,
row.
and that camera was always
was
in the
on
center.
us. It was so nerve. I didn't want to look at
I
it.
did my best. Yeah. Woo,
I was like, don't look.
I mean, I was generally having a good time, anyways. Like,
Yeah,
it's
it was
just,
great.
it's so.
That one.
It's like watching a good
What's his
D&D
name?
session.
Jason. I cannot remember his last name. It's Greek, but he was funny.
Drawing a blank. Yeah. Well, we're no spoilers.
Yeah, no spoilers.
We're not under an NDA or
No,
anything, but still.
It's gonna be good, even though we didn't get to see it from the beginning.
I know because we just saw one of the
Second to last.
second to last episodes.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so they already had their campaign going, but they kind of caught us up before they started filming. They're
Yeah.
like, this is kind of what happened. So there you go.
Yeah. Well, Beth and Mike, who were with us, they hadn't even seen the first season. I thought they did.
I'm like, why are they going? Well, whatever.
I'm
They're
like,
interested.
well, they're really big fans of Harmon.
Oh yeah.
So Dan Harmon and Community and all that.
No, it's great.
I love Community.
Yeah. So.
There you go. So now you'd be a Harmon. You would be an excellent
Harmonian.
Harmonian.
I really like when they did the 8-bit episode.
I never saw Community, so I don't know what you're
I've
talking.
seen the first half of the first season, so I'm catching up on it now.
Oh no, like that's the one episode that I'm just like, this is really entertaining. Like, because everything was in 8-bit because they had to go into the video game, and like Abed got a wife and had like 37 children, and then just did I don't know, he had a whole bunch, but then put them all in the child labor camps so that he could make money in the game or something.
Oh.
And then he had to break up with his wife to get back to reality or something. It was good.
Video game jokes.
So
But
good.
yeah, Harmon, great writer.
They've put the video up from the Australian tour they were doing,
Oh, okay.
the podcast. I watched that
Yeah,
this weekend.
I just listen to it while I'm at work, working.
Yeah, I almost never listen to the podcast anymore because I see the live.
The live one.
Yeah.
Well, I live down the street, so I got to go watch it live. Because I don't live in San Diego anymore. I live in LA. Yay!
You're not too happy about that. I sense a bit of disappointment.
Well, who honestly likes to live in LA? It's a stressful town full of stressful people.
No, I don't like LA either.
No, it's okay. We're not. You know, I'm not alone.
We don't do too many shows in LA for. Well, there's not too many theater venues out there. We've done a few shows, but
we're gonna be doing one.
Our worst
soon.
shows have always been in LA. Not because we were performing bad, but always because of some weird thing. Like
I remember
one
the
show
at
we couldn't
Roxy
drink water
was-
the whole time.
That was terrible.
It was so much heat. We've played like a handful of shows over the years, but they're always our worst shows. Not worst for us, I suppose. One show
Hardest.
they didn't have any water. We couldn't bring in our own water, so we had
Really?
no water for the whole show. Which
You
was like,
couldn't drink?
I mean, they would let us bring water. It was weird. They wouldn't let us bring water bottles in. It was like a club setting, but and so it was like, and then they couldn't find. I think by the very end, they found some Dixie cups that we could fill up in the bathroom.
Wow.
I'm like,
They're letting you drink LA tap water?
I don't. That's all we could do, and it was still worth. It was hard. It was a tough show.
Yeah, it sounds not
Good
fun.
Lord.
Yeah, and yeah, and then other times there was like a room packed, and there was like no air conditioning, and it was just sweltering. Too many people inside a room, and our makeup was like off. But before we even got on stage, it was there was no ventilation. Like you could tell, even the audience was like, how are we still alive? not the people on stage, but the audience.
When I went to go see you guys at the Roxy, and that
was the best one out of all of them.
Yeah.
We played with
you
the.
still were like.
What was the pirate
The
band?
Dread Crew of Oddwood.
The Dread Crew of Oddwood, which were really nice
Yeah,
guys,
they're
but
really cool.
but that was also pretty.
That was rough.
I don't know who likes shows like that, but I would much prefer a theater setting, or
Yeah.
something like the San Diego County Fair was
Yeah.
a better. It's like it's more comfortable for the audience to sit there, not be jam packing a music venue.
Yeah, it was not good.
I'm not a big fan of music venues. The one in the UK was great. The one we did at the Battleborn release party for Gearbox Software, that was a great music venue. There's a few that are like done well, like
They're
set up
to take care of you properly.
to take care of
and the audience.
the audience too, so they're not like cramped and like big ceilings is nice. You don't feel as claustrophobic, stuff like that.
That's cool.
Anywho, we do most theater shows or conventions. I like conventions because ballrooms are big and
Yeah.
that's the best way to experience
And it's
a show.
usually seats. It's the same. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's usually like a theater.
We're not that kind of band, anyways. That's like stand up and dance.
Yeah, get the jam on.
It's more of a sit down and enjoy the show kind of feeling.
I'm gonna go to one of the shows and just start dancing.
I like Professor Elemental. I was boogieing out to him.
Oh yeah, he's good.
That was-
We've seen it. Oh man, we've played so many shows with him now over the years.
It's cool.
Yeah, we had him on. You saw him in Canada, yeah.
Yeah. And it was one of those things. He's like, "Oh, you were the one that was like actually dancing in the back." I'm like, "Why do you remember me?"
He's the only one dancing.
You're like, "Oh."
No, you weren't.
No.
I don't know.
Yeah, but I really like that conga line that just went all over the place, and like it wasn't an actual conga line. It was you hang onto the person in front of you, and they were all running. That was fun.
Yeah.
Then there was a few hairpin turns.
Nope. I've only been to Canada once.
Oh, I
Almost moved to Canada.
love Toronto. It's like a clean New York City.
No, thank you. There is snow, and snow is the devil.
Yep. So I'm here.
The only reason.
The only reason
Oh.
snow.
I mean, you can visit snow here. It's not like you like go
No,
up.
thank
It
you.
snowed in the snowed in the mountains
No, thanks.
near San Diego.
Sounds cool.
I
Sure.
want to build like a sandman, not like a snowman.
Sand is just as bad. 'Cause
I don't
it
go
gets
to the
in-
beach.
It gets in your pants.
I don't go to the beach.
And snow doesn't?
I said they're both horrible.
Oh, snow melts everywhere.
They're both horrible, horrible things. It's
And you can't feel your fingers and everything's red and you walk in, you're like, I had so much fun.
Nope, not fun. I'm from Florida. I am a swamp creature, and I will die in snow.
Oh, we just had this giant hill
Can't
out
say.
back.
See, that's the opposite. Like, I don't care for snow, but I also don't care.
Well,
for
Florida's not. I didn't say Florida was good weather. I'm just saying I was
I
acclimated.
shouldn't say
to
that
heat.
because we do want to perform in the more shows in Florida if we find a suitable venue or / event.
It's just so
But at the same time,
humid.
boy, let's not do it in the summer.
Oh,
What's a good time to go? That it's San Diego weather.
winter,
Winter,
fall, yeah,
fall.
about that time. I mean, My parents told me that it was about 70 degrees there right now.
Yeah, it's like 80. My sister's like,
But the
"Why aren't you
humidity
here?"
is still 80.
Humidity is god awful.
Yeah,
there.
the humidity is bad. There's never a time when the humidity is not around.
Yeah,
I
and
mean, some days it's lower humidity, but that's kind of a gamble. You never know when the humidity is going to be lower.
But it rains like once a day every day
Yeah.
for like 10 minutes.
When we
Yeah.
were there, like that's what happened. It was like it's tropical weather.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's just how
It was
is.
terrible. But we were in but we were in a hotel the whole time.
But
so
usually the venues and stuff are very well set up for that weather. There's always AC there because it's like a law.
I mean, I don't. And I mean, no. I mean,
I like the misting stations they have.
yeah, they do have those.
on the one you started the podcast on the Harmontown, and Spencer was like, he said, "What's your best favorite place?" Or
Not Florida.
and he's like, "Yeah, Florida we can get rid of that."
Yeah, you can go sink.
And it's like, so it's universally known, like, if you're visiting, like, maybe there's a good time you can go. Unless you're staying at just the hotel, that's fine. But
It's
most likely
rough.
you're going to have to leave the hotel to go
Yeah.
somewhere. And
It's rough.
We did that, and boy.
I lived there 20 years.
it's extra work. Like, for something like Steam Powered Giraffe, it's like,
Hey, your makeup's gone. Everything. Yeah, it's hot.
it's, what do you do?
Just cry
You'd
in
be
the inside.
indoors.
It's extra work, and also the plane tickets are more expensive to get out there.
Yeah, tell me about it.
So it's like, that's why it's tough to justify doing shows over there.
Yeah.
Because it's terrible. And we want to because we have fans out there.
Don't you just love
But that's not the
alligators?
real reason. Like, if we had an event that, would front the money, of course
Yeah,
we would
of course
go.
you'd
And we
go.
did, but we'll probably set up a show in the future. But
I found dead warthogs just weird. I remember.
dead warthogs.
What?
Yeah, look, I don't know.
Segue.
I know, right? While we're on that topic, no, I just remember being in Florida and like on all the off ramps, there's just like dead boars all over, and I'm just like, oh my god, why is this a thing? They're like pigeons. At least when the time I went, when I visited my parents, it's just like,
Wait,
oh,
what
there's
part-
like a giant dead dog in the road. Nope, that's a boar.
What part of Florida?
You mean, were they giant boars, or were they
There were pigs.
the pea ones, the pear,
Peccaries? No, those don't live in Florida.
Yeah.
Those are the ones that.
like Arizona?
Yeah, they're like, just don't touch them because they'll bite you. They like to get in the pool.
Yeah. That one hotel.
What hotel? That's funny. They like to get in the pool. What? Oh, that was interesting. But yeah, no, we don't have that many boars in Florida. That's why I'm like.
Oh, the time that I happened to be there.
Was it North Florida?
No, it's Port St. John.
Maybe it was
Merritt
like
Island?
how, like tadpoles get up in the rain and it rains frogs. But
I know what you're talking about. Yeah, the water, whatever they're called.
so maybe
Water evaporation?
So maybe a boar.
Tadpoles get
No.
evaporated?
Maybe a boar
No, it's
tadpole
a-
got stuck up in the clouds and fell on the
Just
freeway.
raining boars.
No,
Yeah.
just one.
I mean, we have boars, but they're not like that type of common. So that's weird for me to hear about that.
Oh, yeah, it was
Like
just
to me, that's like armadillos are super common to find on the side of the street.
Really?
They're everywhere
Really?
in Florida. Yeah.
never seen one.
Yeah, armadillos and possums. Are everywhere.
Gators.
Oh, yeah. They're
We used to go to
everywhere.
my
And
grandparents'
turtles.
house and like take hot dogs and just throw them at alligators.
Are there more alligators or gators or crocodiles?
Crocodiles are
There's
the
more.
other side. I think alligators only live in Florida and China.
So there's no
No,
crocodiles
we
in
have
Florida?
we have there's the American alligator and the Chinese alligator.
Okay.
Two completely different ones. American alligators are much bigger. They can grow to like 16 feet. We have crocodiles, which is a current problem because they are killing alligators right now.
Is that a problem? What? Oh, okay.
Yeah. the crocodiles
So are you saying that if in a versus match, crocodiles would?
Yeah. Well, crocodiles are stronger and more aggressive than an alligator. An alligator is pretty chill. Like
Okay.
you could be right next to one and it'll just be like,
So what's the ones that took away like kids and stuff in Disney World?
that was probably an alligator.
Well, I mean, you're hungry, you gotta eat.
Well, I don't know because
Well, yes.
there are alligators and crocodiles in Florida.
Oh.
There's both. We have saltwater crocodiles because those come from the ocean all the time, and we have caiman, and we have American alligators. So they all live in Florida, and we have bull sharks, which live in brackish water. So they eat alligators sometimes too, and alligators eat them. vice versa.
Manatees live in brackish waters.
Yeah, and manatees.
Sea
So,
cow.
but yeah, they're like everywhere. I don't know. Crocodiles
I
are
don't
just
know much about.
crocodiles are bigger and meaner.
What do we have here?
Here?
Nothing.
In the form of what? Giant reptiles?
Yeah, nothing. We have
trees.
seals, and I guess there's bears up in the forest.
There aren't bears in California anymore.
What?
What?
There's like black bears, but they don't like the big brown bear. That doesn't exist in California
No, but yeah,
anymore.
like Yosemite and stuff.
Yeah. They're like super rare and hard to find. Apparently, that's what I heard. It was a fun fact. So, like the bear on the California flag is kind of like a silly thing now. It's not a common animal in California anymore.
Can we get a new one?
We don't really have anything. We don't have anything scary out here other than black widows, but that's everywhere, isn't it?
No.
Yeah, they're in a lot of areas.
What?
No, like that was one of my fears of coming out here. I'm like, there's going to be a spider in my shoe and I'm going to die.
Nah, they're not that common.
I mean, they're outside in
No,
damp places.
In New York, there's like wolf spiders and brown recluses.
We have I've seen
brown
recluses
recluses
here, yeah.
here.
But it's like few and far between.
But Florida's got a lot of like.
It is not
horror
Australia.
Where 9
my
out of
cousin
10 of the
lives.
deadliest things live.
Another place that we're trepidatious to go to.
My cousin says it's not that bad.
Because Bunny, well, I'm not going to say anyone's fears, but but yeah, might be an issue.
Yeah.
Just listen to the Harmontown. They're like,
Yeah.
and they're like talking about the spiders. And
Yeah, my cousin lives there now. She's been living in Melbourne for 3 years, and she says it's not that bad. Like,
well, if you die, you don't have to see any more spiders. I suppose.
But don't you have to like check your shoes for scorpions every day or something?
she doesn't do that. It's fine.
You just put your foot in there and you're like crunching, like, oh god.
I mean, it's the same as us finding like a roach in your shoe. It's like,
No, pretty sure roach
What doesn't-
ain't gonna kill you.
no, it's not gonna kill you. But I'm saying that like it's that common. Do you really find bugs in your shoes that often?
No, because we live in California.
There's not really bugs here. I
We-
love it.
We see,
There's no mosquitoes.
Fine. In
There are.
Florida,
Not like home.
in
No, you're
Florida,
right.
I didn't find things in my shoes, and there are a lot of bugs in Florida.
Not even lizards?
No.
we have those little lizards that run around the pavement and stuff. I don't know what they are, but
Little curly tail lizards or whatever.
I don't know. They're just a little small.
Yeah, we have anoles in Florida, which are a
The
common
green
lizard.
little
We got the ones that do like the.
We don't have
iguanas.
anything like. We don't have anything
No.
exotic.
They're called anoles, and they
Oh.
like look at each other, and like the male goes.
We don't have
he's like yeah.
Oh, for the
Girl,
audio podcast, Gary's
girl.
doing like some throat thing.
girl.
So some skin flap that
Yeah,
moves.
and then the girl's like, no. And he's like, oh. All sad. We do have iguanas though, but a bunch of them died in the winter 2 years ago. That was really intense.
Oh, we had a horrible winter up in New York. Like, squirrels were freaking dying. They were in the trees. They'd be frozen and fall out of the trees on campus.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Oh.
Like, that's how bad of a winter it was. And it's just like, no, they're used to like burying shit and eating it, and they didn't make it.
Squirrel deaths. Wow. Yeah,
Yeah.
no, we had just a bunch of iguana corpses everywhere.
Come to California. We don't have anything scary. We have earthquakes, but those are few and far between.
Apparently, one happened when I was in LA not too long ago. Like a very,
Yeah.
very, very minor one, and I didn't even notice
It's good.
it.
It means that the Earth is that the big one.
It's still on its way.
Less tension, you know. It's
true.
not something you can predict, so there's nothing to really do about it, other than you know that pretty much every building's up to code for earthquakes here.
Yeah.
So
It's not like hurricanes in Florida.
you just
which
don't want to be.
can
And
predict.
and you know what? A lot of the freeways, you know, after the San Francisco one, those have been all the overpasses. They've kind of been regulations are
Yeah,
going
where
up.
do you hide if you're outside for an earthquake?
Like,
not under a tree.
Do you just kind of like walk around and go, all right, let's see how stable we are?
well, yeah,
Like,
I mean, like
what do you do?
when we there was the biggest earthquake that I've experienced was there was an Easter one when we were performing Steam Powered Giraffe, literally like in the middle of a set in Balboa Park, and the ground started to feel like it's hard to describe it. It feels like someone's pulling the rug out from under you, and we were on grass, so that was really
like
smooth.
weird, yeah.
And you know, we were still in character, and we were like, all right, there's an earthquake, so and I talked like it only happened once in the last 10 years, so. And it wasn't a big one that like smashed buildings or anything, or
It was just
what
like,
I remember.
whoa.
But like, you know, those buildings out there, you gotta stand away from because they're old, and so you could see the bell tower swaying.
Oh
and-
my God.
But you know, I suppose it's made, but it's like, you know, with the ground, like the ground feels hard, but no, it's basically
Yeah.
jelly. But anyways, so that lasted a little bit, and then there were aftershocks for a few days after that, and yeah, I mean the biggest thing to worry about is like you know, gas stations and stuff, but they have regulations and stuff now. Now it's not as big a deal,
As it used to be.
but who knows when the big one hits? You know, will we be prepared for it? Probably not. I mean, there's nothing to prepare. Like
You can't
prepare for
prepare
the
for a
after.
natural disaster,
Yeah, prepare
yeah.
for what happens afterwards. Like, okay,
Yeah.
the power's probably gonna be out. You know, yeah.
Do you have
Water, stuff
supplies?
like that.
Yeah. Well, that's like how hurricanes are.
And most people in
Prepare-
California won't, and I don't.
Take down coconuts. It's the most deadly thing during a hurricane.
It turns into a bullet.
Turns into a
cannonball.
Turns into a cannonball.
Yeah, it turns into a bullet. Those little coconuts.
No. It turns into death.
People die from coconuts?
Yeah, all the time. I mean, think about it. It's about this big, it's really heavy, and it's going at about like 120 miles per hour.
With those big green husks on them too, like, yeah.
That's why they make us cut them all down. Like, I remember having to do that with my family. They're like, "Granny, I got all the freaking coconuts down now."
Why do you plant those in your yard? I'm just kidding.
They
It's
just
like
grow
everywhere.
there.
We're San Diego, we're like,
I don't like here.
palm trees, let's
Yeah.
put one in here.
Yeah. Well, they are popular in Florida. And there's so many more types in Florida. Yeah, you got like the royal ones
Yeah.
and all those other kinds.
There's certain sidewalks you don't walk down because they're the ones with coconuts.
That happened to a coworker of mine was walking, and there's a woman walking in front of him, and apparently, right as she walked past, a coconut fell from one of the trees and just smashed on the ground right behind her, and he was like, "Oh!" And she was like, they just both looked at each other like, it's like, you almost died, lady. Like, how do you even?
Yep.
I was like, and so now he's paranoid to walk under coconut trees, like palm
Yeah.
trees and stuff. He's like too scared to do
Yeah, my
it.
grandfather's like, just walk on this sidewalk, don't walk on this one. These are the medians you don't want to cross at.
Yeah.
Come to California. We only have earthquakes.
And sometimes the occasional
Fire.
coconut.
And we're in a severe drought.
Yay!
All the fires.
Yeah, there hasn't been one that as bad as that
No.
one time, the San Marcos.
That was a big one. And that was a few decades worth of like fire. Wait, this was back in
No.
2004, 2003,
No, there was one that just
2004.
happened a couple
Yeah,
years
yeah,
when
yeah.
I was here. And it like destroyed a bunch of houses, and it was right
Yeah,
down the street
yeah.
from my apartment.
But the other one was still bigger.
the other one was
and
still
that was
bigger.
like, that cleared out a lot of stuff. And it's
Yeah.
just a natural thing. I mean, nature's got to do it.
Insurance.
I mean, yes, it gets started by someone, but it's the idea that if it wasn't us, it would be
A lightning strike.
Yeah, or a spark.
Yeah, it
I
could
mean,
be
nature
anything.
needs to. It makes everything regrow, and
Yeah.
it's a way. It's just.
I
it's a
think
way.
like pine trees, like the pine cone has to actually be like set on fire before it can grow or something like that.
It does something.
Yeah.
It makes poppy noises. I think that's what you mean.
I don't know.
I don't know.
It just explodes in flame. Just
Yeah,
the
yeah.
tree grows.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
I saw a Hobbit. They were like, Gandalf was like throwing them like grenades. Those conifers. Seeds.
Suck it, orcs!
What? That's what he did.
Some pine cones.
He did. He like set them on fire, and
Nature's a deadly mistress.
except in the book, it was it was like he had multicolored fire, but
Yeah.
I know
yeah.
Peter Jackson likes to make his magic as realistic as possible.
Yeah, no, I get it. It's really, the image in my mind is just someone sitting up, like some crazy old man sitting in a tree. He's like, aha! Pine cones on you! Pine cones, you fool!
And then the tree like fell, and then it was like, and then they fell, and then they
And
got
a bunch
the
of
birds.
pine cones. The eagles?
The birds, yeah. The Deus Ex Machinas.
The Deus Ex Machinas. They are the Deus Ex Machinas. But they're great.
I want the story of why they didn't help Frodo. Like, no. Like, I want that conversation because they at least sent one over to
someone-
Gandalf to help him get out of that.
Someone made a really
tower.
good theory about it.
I
and
want a
can't
theory.
remember what it was.
I just want a story that explains it. Just like, because it would be one thing if it was like they wanted to, but they were like, the Eagles said no. They're like, we're not helping.
The Eagles were like, man, this ain't my fight.
But then
Okay.
somehow Gandalf convinced them.
Gandalf's
at the end.
Gandalf's a very convincing gentleman, I guess.
It took him a while.
They were like, all right.
He was able to because he whispered to the moth and they're like, come get me, and one eagle came and to get out of the
Yeah.
tower, like, but.
The one swayed eagle.
And so maybe he knows, like as far as the movie verse goes, like okay, whatever.
I don't know enough about Lord of the Rings lore.
But it is a big loophole apparently in the books, and
Yeah, the convenient.
I mean because
eagle.
there's princes and stuff in the Eagles, and I don't know. Chelsea's the big Tolkien buff. She's read this Similarian. Is that what it is?
I think that's how
The
you say it.
Similarian?
I don't know. I read them when I was in middle school. And that's about it. I didn't go back to anything again.
But at any rate, there's lots of stuff online. I remember reading it up, and it's like nothing is a satisfying answer. It's like there ain't no reason that those birds can. Other than that, wouldn't be a very interesting story.
Yeah, I mean that's about it.
If you could just take a bird
It would have all been in
and
one.
just dropped it from the bird into the mountain,
It would've
and
all been in one
everything's
book.
done. Yeah, that would have been in a paragraph.
Yay!
Frodo would just have to hold the ring and drop it, and that'd be it.
And it's just 5 books of exposition.
Yeah. Well, this is what we would have done.
And then it could have been 7 hours of Sam and Frodo staring longing into each other's eyes at the end
With
of
some Limpus bread.
when they, because that was that whole thing at the end. That's not how the books end, but you know, it was a nice ending. Where Frodo wakes up in bed, the third one, and like all his friends are there.
All I can think of about that scene is the dub over where they put the special where everyone's like, it's like, Sam. And he's and then Aragorn shows up and he's like, and he's like, Aragorn.
I've never seen this.
And Legolas walks in and he's like, everyone's just making really uncomfortable noise. And then Gandalf's like, and there's just all.
So this is just a YouTube video with dubbing.
Yeah, and it's all dubbed over, and it's.
What is it called?
Is it bad lip readings?
It was.
Have you guys seen the new Star Wars movie?
No, I haven't seen it.
Oh, all right.
I don't got time to go watch movies.
Only enough time to put 200 hours into Pokemon.
I work on that between shots at work.
Okay.
I can't go to the movies in between work.
Understandable.
No, I've only been to 2 movies since I moved out here.
I did see Moana, which was good.
I want to see that.
Yeah, I haven't seen many movies. I've
I want to
too
see the new
busy with
Jumanji
Brian.
I'm busy too, so
with
you
the
can't say that.
Steam Powered Giraffe. But I did see the Star Wars one. Just because it's Star Wars, you gotta go see it. I mean, you don't have to if you're not a Star Wars thing.
I really liked how it just connected everything. Like, that was the one I think everybody was hoping that would be made, and it kind of sucks because it wasn't ever supposed to be made. It wasn't part of the books or anything, or the episodes or anything.
I mean, it's a way to make money.
Yeah, well, but it's
I guess they did a good job. It was okay.
It's explaining how
This is
events
the
led
one.
up to episode 4,
I found it.
from 3 to 4.
Yeah.
and
You
that-
saw it, right? I saw it.
Yeah.
Well, not spoiling
I just
anything,
remember
but-
watching it. I'm like, oh.
No, I mean, it was a good war movie. A little lacking on the character development.
I just like the dogfight. Well, like,
There were some cool moments, yeah,
Yeah.
but it's definitely more of an action war movie than it is.
yeah.
It's good. Those movies sit in a weird place because they're nothing like this is a great work of art. There's no like super great character development in any of it. You barely get to know any of the characters, but at the same time,
but
it's
there's
like
a reason,
I mean,
because it's an in-between movie.
well, at any rate, you can all go to Red Letter Media YouTube and I agree with their review.
Woo! Star Wars! It was a great movie.
Yep.
It was okay.
I didn't see it.
I mean, it wasn't garbage. It's just, if you're trying to like Schindler's List, Star Wars Rogue.
Okay, well,
One. That's not that you can compare those
You
two.
can't
but,
compare those two.
But that's the idea
But-
of like, if you're gonna
Look, I'm not gonna judge it because I haven't seen it yet. So, and I do.
I liked it. I enjoyed my time with it.
I like Star Wars. Star Wars is enjoyable.
I'm gonna go see
but
all of them.
there's
They're gonna get my
other
money, so I guess it doesn't matter if they make them garbage or
things-
not.
Yeah, you can't.
Touche.
By the way, it's called Lord of the Rings Funny Voices, and they just.
Well, we can watch this after the stream.
Yeah.
Actually, I think we're about 2 hours now. We went 15 minutes over, so that's cool.
Oh,
Oh.
well.
Oh, we could. I guess what are we going to title this podcast? Because usually I take like something funny that something was said,
I can't remember.
but a
what
lot of it was
said.
talking about cartoons and video games, so we never really had any like
Pie face.
pie face. That's a good one. What's the?
Yeah.
There's got to be because you've seen the other one. The other one, like last week's episode, was titled "Shut Up, Abraham Lincoln," because Brian was like, we were talking about the lunch machine question.
The lunch
and,
machine.
And it was, and we were and then we said, oh, our old answers like, oh yeah, I'd have lunch with maybe Abraham Lincoln or something, and then Brian was like, Brian, what? He'd be probably boring, and and then he went on a rant. Not that it was jokingly, but a rant about Abraham Lincoln, and he said, and then Abraham Lincoln wouldn't stop talking or something, and then he was like, shut up, Abraham Lincoln. So that was the name of the podcast. Shut up. And I'm sure everyone was like, this is offensive, and like, no, I don't know. No, it's because it's a reference to. So, anyways, there has to be. It's going to be episode 11 :
We can call it Cream Your Friends.
Well, I can just make it up now. It has to be something that we.
I said cream your opponent. And I said it now.
I don't know, maybe a more PG-13 one. I usually
It's on a G-rated box. I don't know what David's thinking about, but I'm thinking about whipped creaming my friends and being the fastest.
Okay, it's not gonna be that one. But we usually come up with. I usually just come up with like as I'm writing up the thing for the podcast. But I thought it'd be interesting to try to pick one now.
Okay.
After Christmas special?
That's not. It's got to be like a quote.
It's gotta be.
I guess we started just saying like what we talked about, but now
I don't know.
kinda
Where did we
like,
begin?
It was all video games and cartoons.
There you go.
Well, I put that in the blurb, but there needs to be a title for the episode. Like, a lot of podcasts, they take one quote from it and make that
It needs to be a title.
like Shut Up Abraham Lincoln. Great one.
Good stuff, good stuff. Can you put that into a title?
No. No one remembers what we done. Any
I don't remember what I ate for lunch.
I didn't eat
No,
lunch.
I did. I ate Indian food. I'm lied.
I had 3 waffles for breakfast.
3 waffles for breakfast. That's the title. No. Come on, there's better be something. My brain.
Yeah, you're not doing any better. So don't berate
Yeah, but there's 3 of us.
me.
One of us has to have.
Are we allowed to go back and watch?
Intestine spaghetti?
Oh.
Let's see. It's like a quote from a cartoon. It's got to be more like.
No, that wasn't a quote. It was a thing that happened.
Why do you do this to me?
I'm just trying to make it easy. By.
I'm gonna cream my opponent.
You really want to.
It's the funniest thing I've said, and I read it on a box.
Okay.
You're laughing.
Cream my opponents? Or cream, what does it say specifically?
Cream your opponent. Look how happy he is. That's how happy your listeners can be too.
Cream your opponent. I don't know. We should take a vote, but the problem is people would have to vote posthumously. Only the Engineer-eteers are listening to it now. And then,
Temporal doom.
Showdown.
I mean, maybe I can go in, I'll go into the little Engineer-eteer chat room and find maybe someone.
And there's like been this one person flipping out the entire time.
Guys, you know that I'm the funniest, so you pick
Looks like the
something.
Engineer-eteer site's all white. Maybe
You
that
pick
happened on the
something
last
that I
video.
said.
I'll have to fix that.
Funny times.
If there's something better than cream your opponent, I'd love to hear it. Let's go to the Engineer-eteer chat room on the Engineer-eteer forum, see if anyone's in there watching this live.
I'm gonna
Probably not.
cream you.
It's gonna get worse the longer we talk about it.
I just want to hear Cheese say that.
Someone had one, be the fastest to cream your friends. That's even worse.
Everyone's on my side.
I
Love
mean,
If you're on my
Okay.
side, give a shout out, cause it's the Gabi show, and she's the best one on here. Do you hear that? Beautiful.
oh, and
sound?
22 seconds ago, it was like, they could look here for the suggestions.
Ah, we are.
You can look on my face for suggestion.
Okay. Wait,
Eyeball.
they're coming in right now.
Oh, snap.
This is, and hopefully, I mean, does people understand the idea of the title of these?
It's a quote.
It's a quote from the
show.
podcast. That's not like something that's copywritten. Like,
Yeah.
Can they remind us of what we talked about previously? Because
Well, the thing is,
obviously
we know
can't.
we know what we talked about.
okay, well,
We just
stroll down memory lane is a nice title for it, but it's not something we said during the podcast.
No, it's not
No.
something we said. It has to be something we said.
And it's usually something funny that, Shut Up Abraham Lincoln is a great idea because it's something that Brian said. And what were
we get
some
it,
other ones?
Lincoln.
What were other ones?
David.
Like lunch machine. The lunch machine. That was another one, but that one's less of a quote. Okay.
You broke your own rules.
Something about senpai. That was another
Senpai.
one.
Oh yeah, Yandere Simulator.
Senpai face shot.
What?
She's lost her mind.
I mean, yes.
I have no idea what's going on in the most wonderful way.
Okay, well, I don't see. There's nothing on there right now.
Oh.
I mean, I read out the 2 that were there.
There's 2.
But
Are people even like?
there's
Oh,
a
there's
few people,
talking.
yeah,
Look at
mhm.
that.
Oh, I thought everyone would have just like gone away by now and be like, "Dem
The
crazy."
diehards.
The diehards.
Thank you
Okay,
for
I don't
somebody
think they
existing.
quite understand it. A few of you did, but I guess it's gonna be cream your friends.
Yeah.
It's gonna be cream your friends.
Cream your friends in the face, super fast. No
Well-
cream anywhere else, just on your face.
I think we'll just call it cream your friends.
Cream your friends.
That's the quote, right?
No, it's not, but that's what I said.
Wait, what is it then?
I busted
Well, what's the
it.
box say?
Cream your opponent, but that's not as great as cream your friends.
I'm gonna do it. Cream your opponent.
No, cream your friends.
We want to be. We want to.
We want this to be friendly.
All right.
It was a podcast from Steam Powered Giraffe. It was the Bennettarium. I beat Gabi on the Pie Time?
Pie face?
Pie Face Showdown on the Bennettarium. And Aleigha talked about a couple who argued about getting a tongue piercing even though the shop is closing.
Yeah, that's my
There,
favorite
see, I
song.
included everyone.
Yay!
How not selfish of me.
Huzzah!
What's that look?
We gave you a look.
Gabby did at least.
Oh, I have.
Okay, I have to do the awkward thing of turning this off, and you guys can keep talking while I go and end all the streaming and recording.
Okay.
Hey guys, for next stream, why don't
Oh
you
no!
watch David die?
The world explodes.
All right, everyone say bye.
Bye.
Bye.